Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Monkey Brains Podcast, episode 25. It is I, Amber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expecting you to do something clever.
Holy shit, it's John.
Silly.
We
Oh,
love
John is back.
Hey,
Oh,
Yeah.
River says, here's a funny topic for y'all. I'm at a birthday
Oh,
party
yeah.
for a family.
Well, hang on. First, before we read that out, for context, River is currently out of town
Dead.
and is unable to join the podcast, so we are
Darn.
abandoning her.
yeah, we hate her. She's not coming back.
Yeah.
So it's 3 from now.
We sacrificed her to the ancient deity.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
But the thing
Sorry, this is how you all have to find out about that.
She as we started the episode, she just sent a thing in chat. Says.
And I was... no, I was reading it.
You continue. Well, start again because I had to interrupt you.
Sorry. Here's a funny topic for y'all. I'm at a birthday party for a family's friend's 3-year-old son. I get a glimpse of the guy inside the suit. He looked Mexican. What suit? Okay. Now, as a fan of Spider-Verse, I feel like I've seen everything, but could you imagine? ¿Cómo estás? I'm your friendly neighborhood compadre, Spider, amigo. What? River, what do you mean by that?
And she's racist. Well,
What does she mean?
okay. This is
River is being canceled.
perfect proof of why we kicked her out.
At Lagos Era at twitter.com. Please block her and unfollow her if you have not done so already.
At Mercundio on Twitter. I mean, on TikTok. Was that the name of her TikTok account? I completely forgot.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I told her.
We're going to chance to Twitter and kill you with rocks.
Yeah.
So true.
Death by rocks. Okay, well, I'm moving away from River's
funny
topic. I don't know. River called it a funny topic. I don't know what that was supposed to spark.
What you wanted me to. I don't know what you wanted us to talk about.
All right. Well, I
can make the joke.
River's Mexican. River just said in chat, "I'm Mexican and I can make that joke." And I'm like, "You are?"
No, she said I'm Mexican. I can make that joke. Emoji.
Yeah, whatever. The emoji is. It's there. But River's weird intrusion aside, I actually have some amazing news to share with the podcast.
I have.
What do you have?
I have this information.
You do not have this information.
You mentioned it yesterday. You mentioned that you had news yesterday.
I said that I had news, but I didn't say what news I have.
You mentioned the information of news.
I didn't say the news.
You did not say the news.
No, I did not. I just said that I had news. Also, I don't think it was yesterday.
Yes, it was. We were counting belt buckles.
Oh well, whatever.
It's a long story.
We were counting yesterday. We were counting the amount of belt buckles on each Guilty Gear character.
Oh wait, I know that. I saw Fia's tweet about it.
Yeah, I'm going insane. That's outdated. He does not have 34 belt buckles. He has 33.
Well, then you're probably spreading misinformation on the internet.
Me when I purposely spread misinformation all over the internet.
When I accidentally spread misinformation on the internet, nobody saw it anyway, basically.
But I need to tell my news. So shut up.
Okay. Okay.
My news is incredibly exciting because as of 3 days ago, I have officially started taking estrogen.
You knew it.
Didn't you do it already? I thought you did already.
No, I have not. It started 3 days ago.
Well, then congrats.
Yeah.
Very happy for you.
So the funny thing is, so this started. I started going into the process of going into this 11 months ago.
Jesus.
It's been a bit of a wait.
No, there's a popular demand for it. That must
Yeah.
be it.
I suppose so, but it's also just because there's a lot of process that goes into it,
Yeah.
and a lot of there's a lot of back and forth between different things and whatnot. But now I'm officially on it for 3 days. I started May 8th, which funnily enough, the day I started, I go into the FFE and I see that Astrid also started the same day that I did. So
That's cool.
we are HRT day buddies.
I'm very sorry for exclaiming. I knew it. What happened when you mentioned that you had an announcement. You mentioned it immediately after you like said something about like having to eat more because you're like a stick or whatever. And that was like the first. I was gonna be like, oh, you can just start taking estrogen, but I didn't know if that was an inappropriate question to ask, so I didn't ask it. Because I don't know, that was the only thing that made sense in my brain. I don't know why. Just like I put the puzzle pieces together.
Damn, I shouldn't have told you because then you guessed. It's less exciting.
I guess that I'm very happy for you though. Like seriously.
Is it like a shot?
No, luckily not. That's testosterone is the thing that you have to take in shots. Estrogen can be taken in pills or
Pretty
capsules.
sure that there.
You can take estrogen as a shot, but why would you?
That's
true.
Yeah, I don't know why you would want like choose to do that.
Yeah, it's way better to just, and plus like I feel bad for like trans guys because some of them have to self-inject, and that's kind
I'm pretty sure that there are different.
I know that
I know nothing about HRT.
As far as I know, the
genetic
best
basis.
way to do it is with a shot. I don't know about any other options because obviously I
don't know.
But yeah, it's a lot easier for estrogen because you could just take it in pills. I have to take I'll have to at some point in the podcast I'll have to go and take one of them because I have estrogen that I take once a day and then a testosterone blocker that I take twice a day. So I'll have to take that sometime during the podcast, but that'll be fine.
Honestly,
taste good.
What?
I'm pretty sure you swallow it. It's like a pill, right?
It's a pill. You swallow it all. You swallow it whole.
Oh, okay. You know what? They should make like
savory estrogen.
You should make like Flintstone gummies out of it or something.
Flintstone estrogen.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, actually.
Yeah, I want my branded estrogen. Yeah, they should add that to the Guilty Gear merch store. Bridget themed estrogen.
They would sell that though. Like I think that unironically they could make money off of that. I don't think it would be very legal, but I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, again with estrogen, you have to take testosterone blockers though, so they'd have to sell that too, I guess.
Just fuse it into one.
I'm not so sure about that. Because the thing about
or something?
for starters, I take the blockers twice a day and the estrogen once, which is slightly different. And also it's funny because when you take testosterone, you don't need blockers because what testosterone does is if you take estrogen but don't take blockers for testosterone, the testosterone says LMAO, fuck your estrogen, and just overpowers it. So you gotta keep that shit down. Yeah, so I'll just be taking that forever. Never. Yep, the shake of my pill bottles.
I also have pill bottles. We should start a band.
And what medications do you take, Jeb?
Sleep. My medication of.
You know what? That's respectable.
Yeah, one of my medications.
I don't think I do take anything. As far as I can remember, I don't take anything.
Yeah, I've never taken. I've personally never taken any sort of any sort of medication before this. So
I
first time.
have been taking medication since around 3rd grade.
What do you take it for? Actually,
My
no, never mind. Don't
problems.
answer that. Your what?
My problems.
Various problems.
You know, the problems.
Those problems. And these problems and all those.
If you're genuinely curious, ADHD, anxiety, and depression.
Got it.
Well, yeah, there's not really a way to respond to that with that.
Yeah, I was thinking I'll make a quip or something, but it's like
You can make a quip.
not.
You can make a quip about my medication. It's cool. I do that all the time. I will say, advice for anybody taking medication. I've seen for some reason. Want to know what I've seen a lot of people just like put the medication in their mouth before they drink the liquid to take it with. Don't do that, you psychopath.
What do you mean?
You take a drink of water and then you take the medication, not the other way around.
I was okay.
That's how I do it. I put it in my mouth and then I drink the water.
I'm just making. No, you don't. What? No,
I was
you drink
gonna make
water
a joke. When you said that, I didn't want to make the joke because I felt like it would be insensible, but wanted to say, I was like, okay, so this like the starter basics or like the starter like a kit, because like a lot of people usually take those. Like, how do I say? Like, they usually bundled up because a lot of people deal with.
That's what morbidity is.
What?
Comorbidity.
Is that like?
It's basically the phenomenon of people who have one mental disability being more likely to have like mental disorders that usually go, or like, you know, disabilities that usually go together. Like for example, I'm the best example of that. Like, I think like two big examples are like me, where I have like basically like autism and ADHD. People with autism are also like have a higher chance of having ADHD, and people with ADHD have a higher chance of having autism. And actually, same with. That's why people who are neurodivergent usually also struggle with things like anxiety and depression, since just scientifically, those things generally tend to go together.
So they kind of bundle each up. So they kind of bundle
basically. Up. Go onto the mental disorder merch store. Buy one get one free at the brain store. You know, once I have some really funny medication stories, like this one psychologist who stole my blood.
Why did they steal your blood?
I don't know.
I didn't know Dracula MD or something.
I remember I remember my mom telling a story about when I was like really young, like, so I don't remember this personally, but like the doctor we were going to, apparently my mom like mentioned that we were vegetarian, and the doctor was like, oh, well, we need to get a blood test done or some shit, because
that's funny.
I guess us being vegetarian was cause for concern in his eyes, and you know, of course nothing was wrong, but
I'm serious. The event of the blood stealing of, like, I don't know, 20 something, I don't know, wasn't in the 19th century. I know that for sure. Or the 18th century.
You sure?
Wasn't there either. Yeah, I'm sure. But it's I wasn't scared of needles or having blood drawn before that, and after that experience, I was like, it gave me. They took so much blood that now I have a fear of needles.
You know, it's funny. So, one of the appointments that I had for the whole, like, you know, getting on HRT thing was one of the things they did was they they took they had to take blood for blood tests, and
You
normally
gotta make sure your blood is
yeah
HIT compatible. I'm
yeah,
guessing.
just to know that just to make sure that it's
Compatible.
I'm doing fine.
I was. Yeah.
It's but like they took like 4 or 5 vials of blood. Normally they take 2 or 3. So I was like incredibly woozy after I
Oh,
got it.
Bill.
It took a while.
Yeah, it was kind of like that, but like imagine that, but like 8 vials of blood, and also third grader.
Oh, oh wow. Okay, that makes it even worse.
Like, it was just like I think like at one point I was just crying. It's wild, wild stuff.
I remember after
The
it was
guy
done.
that was one of the doctors was really obsessed with Tomorrowland. Not the theme park of the movie.
I was thinking there's a theme park.
Yeah. Apparently that's what the movie is based off of. I don't know anything about that. But he had like a Tomorrowland shrine in his office, and one of the only memories he had from taking me to the Tomorrowland shrine to meet it, that just had a video of the movie trailer playing at all times, a bunch of posters and merchandise. It was very bizarre, and he was all like, "That's what we're gonna do." I was like, "I'm in third grade. I'm 9. I don't have any strong feelings on this, please."
I have concerns.
And now I take Adderall. It wasn't that guy. I have to change psychologists quite a few times because they keep leaving.
Bye bye.
No, basically, like I go to this one clinic, and for so long I will have one psychiatrist for like a month, and then they will leave, and then I will have another psychiatrist for a month, and then they will leave. And this psychiatrist, he is very cool. He gets the thumbs up. He's very nice. I think he just got a job, so I don't think he'll be leaving very many times soon. So I think it's stable for now. But like, there have been so many times where we have had to explain things to a new psychiatrist. It got very annoying.
I had a small idea for something I wanted to try in this.
In this what?
In this podcast. So I had so you know how I think last episode I
No, I wasn't here.
Wait, were you not here?
Was it? I don't know.
Oh, you were here.
Yeah.
No, I was not. Oh wait, no, I was here. You didn't do the podcast last week. I'm sorry, I completely
Spreading misinformation again. I can't believe you.
Shut up.
Damn.
I'm gonna spread misinformation on your corpse once I kill you and dump you into the river. The misinformation will be that it was an accident.
Okay.
Such a complicated threat.
But my idea was because last time, you know how I was like talking about I did like a whole review of the Coffin of Andy and Lele.
Oh gosh, yeah.
So my idea was I have all of my Steam games currently listed. I'll sort them alphabetical because that makes more sense.
No, sort them by the most negative ones. That's
no. So what I'm going to my plan is to put so I have 107 games. And my idea was to stick a random number generator and generate a random number, and I will give my thoughts on that game. And also a general idea. I'm aware that I am going to be leading the conversation for a 3rd episode in a row, but we don't have River here, and we kind of need. we kind of are missing.
True.
one of the alternative leaders.
True,
And also
true,
I
you got a
just
point.
and also I
Jim,
kind of
have you ever led a conversation?
No, because I'm not good at it.
Jem used to be like the bring up a topic when we didn't have anything else to talk about in the early parts of the podcast. That's how we got the infinite pizza dimension.
Yeah, that's how we did because I started doing what's it?
Then the
Hypotheticals?
incident happened.
Yeah, hypotheticals. But
That's the incident.
what? Wait, what?
The incident.
Right, right. Totally remember it.
We don't talk about the incident.
Yeah.
I was not here.
Okay,
That's
but
why I remain unaffected.
if you guys want to also, so the easiest way to do it is I go to, if you want to participate in the challenge also, and open your Steam. I don't think Fia has a very big Steam library, but
Or do I?
I don't.
well, you can still
Yours
do
is
the
probably
same.
bigger than mine.
I have 107.
Yeah, that scares me.
I have like
I have like 8,
10.
maybe probably
20?
less. 8 and 8 is like high-balling it.
Damn. All right. Well, I'll do mine. So I'll generate a random number. If it's a game I haven't played, I'll just skip it. The only unfortunate thing is I don't have them numbered, so if it's a high number, I'll probably have to count it. But easiest way to do it is, okay. So I will generate a number. I have 38. Well, that's not too bad. They're in rows of 6, so it'd be 6, 12, 18,
What do we
24,
do we look at them like
30.
as it goes down?
So as at the bottom of your homepage, you'll see like all games sorted by playtime.
Oh,
I just have that. I
yeah.
just have that sorted by alphabet. I just changed it to be sorted by alphabetical order.
I think in alphabetical order.
Yeah, there's a little drop down menu next to in the top left of the category. But my 38th game.
Where?
What do you mean where?
Wait, wait, how do you look at it by playtime?
If you, it's like there's a. It says sort by, and you can hours played.
Search by.
No, sort by. Like there's a on your go to your library on Steam.
I am.
And just go to the home page. If you scroll down to the bottom, it'll be a sorting of all your games.
Okay, I see it. Yeah.
And
it's
then
alphabetical?
Yeah, in the top left, it'll be a drop down menu, sort by, and mine is set to hours played, but you can sort by alphabetical.
Okay.
But yeah, I generated 38, which happens to be the game Hades. Highly relevant. Highly relevant because Hades 2 demo got put out, and people are talking about how much of the design sucks when they don't. But but that's a.
Oh, the demo came out. Oh, cool.
Yeah, the demo for the early access for Hades 2 came out on Steam.
I can't wait to play the demo when it comes out on Switch. If it comes out on Switch,
you could just buy it.
Oh, you just brought up another.
I do not play games. I do not play games like I don't like playing games on my computer when I can avoid it because my computer likes to lag and shut down, and the shift button does not work.
Well, when you get a new computer, you get it on computer.
You act like I'm just going to get a new computer.
Yeah. Don't you have money?
I have like $40 saved up.
That could buy you a computer.
Shut up. You have a fancy gaming computer.
I can tell you that it cost me more than $40.
Yeah, you I don't know. You probably spent like a college tuition on game, counting your.
It's not that much.
Computer. I said counting your computer. It scares me. I think that you could kill a medieval peasant just by showing it to them. Like if you show the medieval peasant like how that computer works, I think they would just die from shock.
Fair enough, I guess. All right. But
Hear
it's,
that, Amber? You will. You should break into the peasant. You should break into that killing medieval peasants market. There aren't very many people in it anymore. There's a lot of room.
I'll think about it, I guess. But yeah, so Hades, since I'm reviewing things, uh, so so Hades, it's a game I've played a lot. It's in I think it's in my top 10 of most play games on Steam. I have 145 hours in it. Uh, so I think I can make the make a fair judgment of this game. Uh, and it's very good, unsurprisingly. Um, it's a roguelike, so you die, you get sent back to the start, but you get to buff yourself up. Such is the way of roguelikes. And very fun. A lot of a fair amount of variety in ways you can play. There's a nice amount of weapons to choose from. Once you beat the game, you get the Pact of Punishment, so there's even more ways to play the game. Uh, for some reason, they have a cast. I don't know what that does. Never used it.
What's that mean?
What?
It's
Yeah,
just-
what does that mean?
okay,
What?
so
I've played Hades and I don't know.
so you have
I've
so
played
there
Hades and I don't know what you're talking about.
so in Hades you have you have like obviously your weapon attacks, but you also have a thing called cast where you shoot out
I know exactly what you're talking about now. I
yeah,
just
where you
forgot.
shoot out a projectile, and
I just called them projectiles.
and the cast is something that you probably should use because it can if you hit an enemy with a cast, it'll embed the projectile in them and they get dealt bonus damage, I believe. But
Yep.
I never use cast because it's extra layers of complexity, and I just want to mash buttons. So I don't really
I think
use
this is why
cast, and I never set up for
you
cast
completed
builds.
the game. I think that's why, despite both of us having played the game for a while, you beat the game and I have not because you did. That's your strategy.
Yeah, I literally just pick up sword and mash X and win.
Yeah,
Or
that's-
even better
my
was when I got
problem-
the I got the
my problem is
gauntlets.
strategy.
I got the gauntlets, and that is even more mash X to win. uh,
Yeah, that's that's my problem. My problem is that I'm strategizing.
yeah, I just go ooh shiny thing that I can use. Very powerful.
I will implement that strategy on my next run and tell you how it goes.
All right, but yeah, Hades, very good game, very gay characters.
I mean,
I love the
makes
character
sense.
designs in Hades so much.
The character designs in Hades are so good, and so is the art. Like I just gotta say, the fact that they have so many they have so many pieces of dialogue, and every single one is voice acted is insane.
That is impressive. I do not like that is very, very impressive.
Like they have so many dialogue for so many specific situations. Like they have dialogue for when you use certain gods summons on Hades, and it's like damn, they thought of everything. And it's voice acted for every single bit. How does this game not take up 50,000 gigabytes from all the audio files?
And again, I can.
It only takes up 11 gigabytes on my computer. But very impressive game, very fun, very replayable. I once had it running on my computer for like several days because I never closed it when I went to school. And it had it like that until it crashed.
How many hours I have played? Probably not as many as you.
No, probably not.
It only says I've played for 10 hours or more. My Splatoon playtime, on the other hand, that's comfortably at 865 hours.
I still beat you out with my Terraria playtime for that.
Okay.
I've no life that game too much.
Splatoon 3 came out Splatoon 3 came out 2 years ago.
It's been 2
We're not
years.
talking-
I feel like I for some reason I feel like it's been less time than that.
Yeah, me too. It really does feel like that. It makes me sad because like the next season will be the last season. It just will not get updates after that.
Damn.
And I am so angry because they could totally milk me for more, for like pay, like I would pay for more. Let me Splatoon developers, please let me give you money. I
Wait,
want.
actually, on the topic of that, you're probably just gonna. You should probably just wait because you're probably gonna get Splatoon 4 talking about how
I'm better
they're
not.
thinking on
Oh
the
my
new
god!
Switch already.
If we just get Splatoon 4, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
Why?
I saw people saying like,
I want them to take their time on the new game. I want it to be really good. I want them to like have enough. I want the devs to. Bleh. I don't want the Splatoon game to just be made because Splatoon is incredibly popular. I want the developers to have enough time to make the best Splatoon game that they can make. And also, I want a single player spin off. You don't think that would sell well, and it probably wouldn't, but I want it, and give me Splatoon single player content. Give me deep cut. Give me more deep cut content. I will give you my what's a good disposable kidney that is still worth money on the black market.
Good
Kidney? No, I meant organ. I just meant organ. Like what's a good organ that I could sell for a lot of money? Maybe like an eye or
you
something.
said it, your kidneys.
I didn't mean kidney.
Well, yeah, the kidneys are an option.
Oh yeah, kidney is a good option. I was thinking one of my eyes. Maybe like my left leg.
No, because how are you gonna play the game if you can't see?
Yeah, that's probably my left leg.
Well, anyway, I was saying
leg. I'm not lucky.
I was bringing that up because Nintendo, being Nintendo, they just casually brought up in like a 3 a.m. tweet
Yeah.
over here in the US. It's like, yeah, hey guys, we're working on the Switch too. It's gonna be
obviously
announced this year.
I don't know.
Yeah, they were literally it was just like randomly on Twitter they were just like, yeah, we're putting out the Switch 2, gonna be announced sometime this year. Not during the next Nintendo Direct though, so
they should put out
anyway.
a content update during the next Nintendo Direct.
What's the coolest thing is that some people are speculating that, a new console, new Smash game, which
I do not think we will get getting another Smash game ever. That's my.
I don't. I mean,
too.
Like,
I'm not leaving out the possibility of it happening as well.
Game.
I like the thing is like on one hand, Smash Ultimate is ultimate. It's kind of like the pinnacle of putting everything into the game, but also at the same time, Smash Bros is a huge cash cow.
Yeah.
And people love the series to death, so who knows? Maybe next they'll make Melee 2, and everyone will.
I just don't know how they plan to like.
I feel like they won't. I feel like the most likely answer is they're just gonna port the game over, and they're just gonna give it But I mean, it could very well happen that they're just like, okay, we can make another one, and any way you put it, it's gonna be like people are not gonna like it in one way or another. But I mean, the most likely answer is that's not gonna happen.
I don't know. Maybe like just make like a port. If you're in like a fancy mood, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like
So true.
I don't know. Like I'm trying to think of how to word this. I don't know if you're in if like I don't know, maybe like add a DLC bonus character DLC thing or whatever. Like just like have the game
Smash Bros Ultimate Plus.
Like just like have Smash Bros Ultimate. I don't know. Maybe like get people to buy it by throwing in all the DLC characters for free. I don't know.
It's like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe type shit.
Yeah, literally just that. Yeah. Mario Kart. I really hope that they just never release Mario Kart 9. I think that they should just keep doing Mario Kart 8. Every single Mario Kart game will just be Mario Kart 8, but again and
we are announcing Mario Kart 8.1.
Sorry about that. I just yelled no.
Why?
Hey, remember that one level I was telling you about? Jump, jump, jump.
Yeah.
World 2, Fluff, Puff Peaks. I almost did it. I've been on this level for days. I'm normal.
Wait, what are you
I
playing?
beat the game before I beat this level. And now I'm like committing to beating it,
Super
and
Mario
it
Wonder.
sucks, and I hate it, and I'm suffering, and I hate it, and it sucks. Yes.
So you do play other things. I'm kidding.
What do you think? One second. My first two played games on my Switch are Splatoon and Splatoon 2. I will give you that, but I don't know. I played Animal Crossing for 345 hours. I played Tears of the Kingdom for over 500 hours.
Oh,
Oh, you know what was funny? So I was trying to set up. So you know how the whole thing about how the Switch emulator Yuzu got shut down because of, and Citra got shut down because of it and all that.
Because the
But
developers,
there's a
developers of that were kind of being kind of silly and goofy.
yeah. But I found so there is another. I found another Switch emulator called Ryujinx. That still exists and it still is. What?
I'm suffering.
Okay.
It's fine. I don't want to talk about it.
I found a but yeah, I found the Switch emulator, and you can use it pretty easily, just as the same thing. It's a Switch emulator, and it's intended to be done with by cracking your own Switch, but you can just download your own Switch parts and from files on the internet and just use it anyway. But anyway, I did it for because where my plan is to play Tomodachi Life on 3DS or on Citra on the gaming channel. But I also thought, what if we also did a Miitopia?
Miitopia?
Yeah,
That's good.
and
That's
for the
idea.
Switch version. There is one little slight issue with
Oh no.
that.
I'm guessing it's okay. Wait. Can I guess what it is?
Sure.
I had a. I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry.
But the issue is that one of the things that Ryujinx has is a built-in. It has a built-in Mii Maker app. So it launches its own version of the Mii Maker app that the Switch has. So you can make Miis in there. For some reason though, in Miitopia you cannot make Miis in game. You would have to make them in the Mii Maker in Ryujinx and then import them. You cannot make them from scratch, which means that you don't have access to the enhanced customization options. Aside from the hair and one other thing, I think, which kind of sucks because that's kind of the main draw.
Big draw.
Yeah. And so you're kind of limited with that ridiculous customization options that you have in the Switch version. So I might.
I don't know.
I don't
import Miis from Miitopia Switch version.
No.
Oh yeah, that doesn't make sense. I don't know why you'd be able to do that. I'm sorry, that was a dumb idea. Honestly, my brain doesn't work sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm suffering.
But yeah, so that was kind of a bummer. Maybe if Ryujinx updates and fixes that, then we could play it. But for now, I'm kind of iffy on playing it because it's well, now the main draw of the game is all gone, and
well, you know what, Amber? By the
still
time we start the gaming channel, they'll probably have updated it.
Well, hey, summer's coming up. We could probably start it soon because everyone's free. Everyone will be free. No one has final shit to work on.
The finals, ew, icky, bad.
Yeah.
I did art history final thing. Would you like to know how it went?
Sure.
It went pretty fine. I can't talk about it, or else College Board will come and kill me with knives and rocks and bricks and needles and horrible, horrible, horrible things.
I don't think they will.
Yes, they will. College Board. I hate College Board. I will assume the worst. You can't talk about the test, is what I'm saying.
I don't think they'll find out. I don't think one of our 17 subscribers is a College Board member.
No, what I'm saying is that also there's nothing worth talking about.
Fair enough.
I mean, there was a question about Horse in Motion, my favorite piece ever. I love horse in motion. I fucking love it. It's a horse in motion. I love it. I'm obsessed.
Also, I've just pulled up. I just pulled up YouTube, and on my recommended homepage, I see part 2 of playing FNF every day until I'm good, from Lee Games. 72 views 11 hours ago.
Wrong game to play if you want to get good at it.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know. I like rhythm games.
I do too, but it's just not the right one to get good at it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's
what's really the point
yeah. I mean, like I think
of getting good at anything? What's the point of doing everything? I don't know. This is my nihilism era, I guess. I don't know. It's not. I mean, it's probably fun. You know what? I'm
Yeah.
quitting. I'm quitting. I quit. I quit Mario. I'm going to go play Hades.
all right. But I'm looking at now I'm looking at like I just pulled up YouTube recommended, but now I'm on the topic of music. So I've been like hardcore listening to Calamity soundtracks because I finally got around to downloading the whole OST, so I have the entire album.
Hey,
And
In your files app, I presume.
huh? Yeah,
In your files.
yeah, because that's how I listen to music.
Yeah.
No Spotify here. Spotify's lame
That is
anyway.
good.
It has ads
Yeah.
unless you pay for it, and I don't want to listen to
Spotify,
ads in the
and
middle.
also the company sucks. I don't vibe with that. I
I
want
think most
to.
companies are really bad.
Yes, I know. I want to. This is why next year I'm establishing socialism.
But yeah, so I got that, and I think I can say that after listening to it probably over 100 times in the past few days, the theme for Supreme Calamitous is like one of my favorite songs of all time. Like it is genuinely a masterpiece of a song.
What a way to tease it.
Yeah.
I haven't played Hades in a while. I'm kind of.
Yeah, you'll probably be rusty. Well, you don't have to be rusty if you just mash a button.
Haha. Yeah. I was on the second, the second section. Like it's like Splatoon.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, you fight Hades. Whoa.
I didn't know that. Stop
That's when
spoiling
you
games for me.
get
Don't ruin
Did you
things
know in
for me.
Hades, you fight Hades?
No, I thought you
it.
thought. I forgot how to dash, and now I'm at 8 health. It's B. You
Good
press
first
B to
run.
dash.
I have A set to dash.
Death defied. I love that for me.
Death defied.
That's
Anyways,
the coolest thing. It's like in Splatoon, you can do that sometimes too, but it costs a lot of that bucks.
speaking of Hades,
I mean, when I play a roguelite, this is giving me a lot of Splatoon vibes.
But the so I had we started this off with my random number generator game reviews.
Are we
which
doing this again?
Well,
Oh
yeah,
no, yeah, we didn't finish it.
yeah.
Oh, we didn't.
I only did one. I only did a single game.
Terrifying.
But I generated a second number and I got Kindergarten 2. Which I think I've mentioned before on the podcast. I don't know why I bought both Kindergarten games because I watched them on YouTube before I did. So I knew all the.
I did. What changed about the first game from the first game? Because I played the first game.
So Kindergarten 2, a lot of the changes are, it has a decent amount more content. It has actual hints of what you're supposed to do in things. There's pointers to here's events you can do and the items you need to do them. So it's a lot. It's a bit more. It holds your hand a bit more in what to do rather than just pure trial and error, which the first game very much was. Because I remember specifically in the first Kindergarten, there was Cindy, the blonde hair pigtail girl.
Oh God, no.
Her event could be started regardless of progression, but in order to actually complete her event, you needed specific items from other people, and that was kind of unintuitive. Also other events where you needed to do something at the start of the day that would affect something at the end of the day, and if you didn't do it, you would die at the end of the day. That was a thing in the first game a couple times. That is not really a thing in the second game. It's a lot more intuitive. It has a lot more hints, so it's a lot easier to understand. Um, and you're not punished as harshly for making mistakes. There's a lot more to do there. Rather than 25 Monstermon cards to collect, there is 50. And also, I believe they changed it so that taking a Monstermon card does not require an apple, so you don't use up an action for getting one. In most cases, the and they also introduced a whole battle system with Monstermon cards where you can battle the other kids at school, and you make your own deck and stuff, which is very neat. And they also have like a bunch. You can there's a bunch of outfits you can dress up as a bunch of different characters, which is also really funny. Um, and those are all unlocked and very. So there's a lot more stuff. There's a lot more things to do. It's just generally a better game, I'd say. Uh, Overall, the game is good. The puzzles are fun. Sometimes it is a bit too handholdy. Like you just look at the guide and it says do this next, and it's like, oh, okay. uh, and so it's like sometimes it can be kind of obvious, but sometimes it can be a bit of a head scratcher. Um, Not a bad game. Pretty good. And Kindergarten 2 improvement over the first Kindergarten, I'll say. Uh, and I think they also updated Kindergarten, the first one, into 2.0 to make it have more quality of life stuff um Kindergarten 2 has. But Kindergarten 2 is a definitely a good game. Um, and generally not too many complaints, I suppose. But I will roll again and see what I get. 89. Oh god, this is getting hard to count.
What is 89? Oh, okay. I thought that was a game. Never mind.
No. So 48. I have to let me pull up a calculator and just keep adding 6 because it's rows of 6. I wish it was rows of 5 because that'd be easier to understand. But this is 48 plus 6, 54 plus 6, 60 plus 6, 66, 72, 78, 84, 90. So 89. Okay, so 89 is okay. Interesting that I got 89. So 89 is not a Steam game. It is the only thing that I have where it's a game that that where how you can add a non-Steam game to your library.
I had no clue you could do that.
Yeah, in the bottom left, there's add a game, and you can add a non-Steam game, so you can just launch a game through Steam. It's useful for using Steam controller support on a game that doesn't have controller support.
I see.
And I did that. And so I did that for one game, and that was the game it landed on, which is Toho 15.5, which is one of the fighting game spin-offs that Toho has. I haven't played. It's so Toho 15.5 is it's an air fighter, which is interesting. So it's a 2D fighting game, and it plays about how you'd expect, with the one caveat that your characters are flying in the air. So instead of jumping and crouching, you either float up in the air or float down, it's you obviously stay on the same level, so going up is kind of like a jump where you rise up and then lower back down to the middle, and then going down is going down and then rising back up. Uh, it's a very unique fighting game. I'll say that much, and it's very fun. Uh, I obviously it's hard to get people to play it because it is on Steam, and I actually do have it on my wish list. But for now, it's just a pirated copy of the game that I run through Steam. Fun game. It's a fighting game. Not much to say. I haven't actually played through the story mode because that does exist, but pretty neat. But not much to say about it. I haven't played much of the content besides the fighting game. The fighting game's fun. That's about all I can say. Okay, next one is 66. That lands on a 6. So met 90, 84, 78, 72, 66. Oh, well, 66 is The Past Within, the Rusty Light game.
Oh, hello. I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Yeah,
I can add my piece to this part. I can also
that you can. Anyone is if any of you have played a game, you feel free to interject with your thoughts on the game too. So The Past Within is a 2-player co-op Rusty Light game. For those who don't know what Rusty Light is a point-and-click puzzle game. And The Past Within is like one person is the past, one person is the future, and you have to communicate with each other to solve puzzles. So one person will get information, and the other person will have a puzzle that needs the information.
It's not an online multiplayer game, which is really interesting.
It's like if you know the game Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, where one person has the game open, the other person has the bomb defusal manual. So in the case of The Past Within, each person has their own copy of the game, and you don't connect online, you just play it at the same time.
You know what? We should play Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
That would be fun.
Maybe like when we're done with this, I don't know.
One of us would have to own it.
Oh yeah, good point. I forgot that owning games, people had to own games to play them.
Yeah. But Past Within is definitely a fun puzzle game. I never have any qualms with point and click puzzle games.
I do love them. That's why I forced Amber to get me the Rusty Light games, because they're wild. They're like very bizarre, I'd say. Of course,
sometimes they are incomprehensibly confusing.
Like, okay, I know this isn't the Past Within, but do you want to talk about Underground Blossom, because I would like to discuss that with you.
I mean,
okay, or not.
I mean, we'll discuss The Past Within first, because that's the
point of this review. Like that. I meant afterwards.
I mean, yeah, sure, that's fine. I mean, I don't have much to say about it, partially because I fell asleep in the middle of it, but
Oh yeah, you fell asleep at the very end of it.
I missed a decent amount of it though.
Yeah, good point.
But yes, Rusty Light games are generally generally very confusing story-wise. Like, there's a bunch of stuff happening, and you could play through every game in the series and not understand 1 cent of what the fuck is happening in the story. But the puzzles are fun, and The Past Within is a nice little 2-player spin on it, and the 2-player spin is a very fun way to play it. Not too much, I guess, to say. Like, it works. It has puzzles. They're good puzzles. Thumbs up. That's my input.
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
I like the part where the video game.
Indeed. I just rolled 6 on my game generator. Well, that's a really easy one to figure out, I guess. Number 6 on my Steam library is Bloons Tower Defense 6.
Oh, I have that one.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, that is also one of my most played games. I have 164 hours on it.
I've heard good things about that series, but I just can't bring myself to care. I'm sorry.
It's like Plants vs. Zombies. Actually,
Nah,
kind of.
it's
Not really.
not
In some
really.
aspects, but not really.
I played the Blue Kit ripoff.
Uh, but yeah, so Bloons Tower Defense 6, very fun, very mindless. There's obviously like hardcore strategies if you want to get like really like meta with it to get into really far rounds. I don't care about that. I just place down towers and upgrade them and see number go up. Uh,
Yep.
like and like obviously I'm not going to beat any of the boss events with that, but I don't care because I don't do the boss events. uh, the most I care about is just playing the game and like letting my brain melt as I watch Monkey throw dart or
Yep.
various other things. Uh, but it so my review is I not thinking out of 10.
My review would be like, I like the game. It's very fun. I think it's definitely more fun if you play it with someone else, because playing it
Yeah,
alone is pretty boring.
that's fair. I've never actually played with anyone else before. All my time is
Oh,
pure single player.
oh my God! You have a will. You have a big what's it? Attention span. I do not. I get really bored if I have to play alone, because it's fun. It's fun, but like, how do I say this? It's kind of like you do your one round of the day, and that's about it for me.
Yeah,
And then
it's
I
kind
lay
of
the game off.
yeah, very much doing the same thing. Like I think if you were going to have fun in single player, that's when you would be strategizing. Like that would take it to another level of not just doing a single mindless round on single player, but uh, well, but we'll I guess it's probably definitely more fun on multiplayer. I just like have never actually done it on multiplayer. So 164 hours of
Yeah.
pure single player. That's me.
I will say that the funny thing about PTD is that Soul got me into it. Is that I remember he and I used to play. We got into like this Roblox like tower defense game. It was like 3D. Yeah, I don't even
I
remember the
think
name of it.
Markiplier played that.
He did.
Yeah, he did a Roblox video and he played a tower defense game.
That's fun. But we used to play it, and I think he started saying talking about like recommending Balloon's tower defense. I was like, I don't have the money for it, and then I bought it eventually, and I was like, that's pretty cool. But that's about the time Saul started to like uh,
Move
having
on
to
from
do
it.
his own stuff. Yeah, having to do his own stuff. So I basically got stuck playing the game by myself, and I was like, well, this is cool for like 3 days, and then I stopped playing it, and I just kind of did like, okay, I'm gonna play one round.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
see.
play a few rounds, and then I could only get past one because the game got really
Repetitive.
yeah.
Yeah,
Also
fair
because I
enough.
kept on dying in too early rounds. I'm
Yeah,
really bad at the game.
I see 4.2 hours played. Uh, yeah. So Blues Tower Defense, good game. Kind of. Oh boy, 97. Well, that's just 10 before. So last one is 107. So minus 10. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 100, 99, 98, 97. My 97th game is Undertale. I don't think I need to share my thoughts on that one.
Oh,
We already
what
know
can you
about
say about
Undertale.
the game?
I don't think I even need to say anything about Undertale.
Whoa, 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 oh, 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 oh,
So
oh,
wait,
oh.
hang on.
Story of Undertale.
What
Yep.
is the? So I just have my mouse hovering over the Undertale. One of the one okay, hang on. Open. This is one of the Steam screenshots for Undertale. This never appears in game.
Wait, let me see. Let me
This is
finagle
not.
myself over to
It's
my phone.
like this is not something that is this is like
Yeah,
why
that,
is this
that
a
is
Steam
Oh yeah,
exclusive?
that's not a thing.
That is they are
Yeah,
not
I think there was a beta
there.
thing.
It's probably a beta thing, which would explain why
Love
it's
that.
here. It's just
I thought in any other game people would be so pissed off if one of the images wasn't in the game. But this is Undertale and nobody cares. It's Undertale.
and plus it's also just like a slightly different version of the starting room.
But
It's
you know how people on the internet are.
yeah, I guess. But I don't need to give a review of Undertale. We all know Undertale is a fabulous game and everyone loves it.
Yep.
Yeah, I
And for
don't.
good
Enough
reason.
said. Okay,
I don't know
92.
why. Sometimes
92.
I feel like people that don't like Undertale are just saying that to be cool. Like, I get you disliking the game, but there are people who hate it, and I just don't really get it.
They probably just hate popular thing because
Yeah,
popular.
no, like that's what I'm talking about. I'm saying that like I feel like anybody who is like, oh, I hate Undertale, grr, it's definitely just like a popular thing bad because popular thing.
All right. Well, next number I generated was 92. And so number 92 is a Toho RPG called Artificial Dream in Arcadia.
I think we
Which
talked about this one.
yeah, I don't think I talked much about the game in particular, but it is very fun. So it is a. I haven't played the whole thing. I played enough of it to give a decent review. So it's kind of like a classic, like a very like old school RPG, uh, mixed with Pokemon in a way. Uh, so you navigate around this kind of pseudo 3D area where it's like where you have like this map and you can it's probably best illustrated if I like post a screenshot from the game. Let's see. Yeah, this one signifies the what the general look of the game is. Image. Yeah, so it's very like an almost pseudo 3D game where maybe that is 3D and it just has some sort of filter effect on it. I don't know, but it's like you kind of navigate around like a grid kind of maze dungeon, and you know like it's an RPG. You fight random enemies. If you navigate around, you find the boss, fight the boss, blah blah blah. It's very fun. It does kind of have some of the RPG thing of you know grindy enemy encounters being everywhere sort of thing. But still very fun. And I definitely think I love the aesthetic of this game. And very fun and just all around good RPG. I'm a very big RPG fan. I haven't
Wow, really?
yeah,
Really?
I know, real shocker.
I didn't know that.
But
Interesting.
but yeah, so the game operates like the battle system is pretty standard for an RPG for the most part, but you always have your main character that you play as, which is Sumireko. And she is the character you play as and she is always on your team, but you can also like capture like versions of characters and have them on your team to fight for you. And so it's kind of like Pokemon in that way, where you can just have these like make your own team out of the enemies you encounter, which is always pretty fun. And so you can kind of mix and match, do different setups. You only have a team of 4, 2 in the front and 2 in the back, and like a normal RPG, you have all 4 of them attacking at the same time. So not quite like Pokemon in that sense, but side note, it's really funny how like Pokemon is like the most popular RPG game of all time, and there's so many things about it that are so different from other like traditional RPGs. like only having one person, like only having one character in the party attack at a time, or stuff like that. And yeah, it's just kind of funny. But game very fun, pretty cheap. Also, it's $10. Uh, so and very fun pixel art, very fun battling. The navigation around is always enjoyable, and just generally a good experience. Old school dungeon crawler is how they describe it. Uh, or a DRPG, which I guess is dungeon RPG or something. Uh, yeah, fun game, worth playing. Only $10. Also has a demo in case you want to try it out. And see how you like it. So another plus, but good game. Give me next number. 84. Stop giving me ones that are hard to that are hard to count on my library. So that was 92. 84 would be so 81, 90, 89, 88, 87, 86, 85, 84. 84 is Stardew Valley.
Oh, Stardew.
I like Stardew Valley.
Yeah, Stardew Valley is fun. If I was
Good.
River, I would have a lot more to say about this game. But I'm not.
I know this might. Wouldn't say that I have it. I can't speak. I honestly wouldn't say I like it as much as a lot of other people like it, if that makes sense.
You know, I kind of feel the same way. Like Stardew Valley for me is, it's the Stardew Valley for me is fun, but also it's a little repetitive for what it is. Like I feel like I'm doing at the start of the game. I feel like I'm either like I don't really know what I should be doing, so I end up doing the same thing every day. And so like there's not a whole lot of direction, and I guess that's kind of the point. You're not supposed to have a direction.
For me, sorry.
But it's like, and you know, because that's kind of the point of these games. You're not supposed to be It's not something where it's supposed to be stressful or you're thrown into you have to do this to progress in the game. It's supposed to be like a cozy game where you can just sit down or jump into it and do whatever. You can focus on this objective. You can focus on that. You can focus on building a relationship with this character. You can focus on going into the mines. You can focus on whatever. There's no real direction. But for me, that lack of direction makes it so that I'm given too many options and therefore don't know what to decide on. So for me, it just kind of ends up being like I play a bit of it and I'm just like, I don't know what I should be doing, and then I stop playing it.
My problem is, okay, I want to talk about this actually. For if that I know you're like having your.
I said if any of you have played this, feel free to give your thoughts.
I have quite a few thoughts on Stardew Valley, and
also,
I know this might sound weird.
Just a second,
but
while you're giving that, I actually have to take my meds. So keep explaining, but I'll be doing that.
Okay, so I know this is going to sound really weird to say about Stardew Valley. Out of everything in the world, I think it has a really high skill ceiling for what it is. And by that,
really, what do you mean?
I'd say, okay, it's not a difficult game by any means, but to do anything interesting, I guess skill ceiling isn't the right word. It takes a very long time to do any of the cool, interesting things. And you have to be very efficient at the game to do those things. And lots of the time, it's random. Like there is a lot of RNG elements to unlock the cool new things. And also the Oasis Desert is extremely difficult. And some of for example, there is a very good weapon that you can only unlock if you collect 3 of some of the rarest items in the game, which would be fine if there was a definitive way to get them. Like, oh, you can do this and have a 10% chance of getting them, but it's really, really random. And I feel like for a game that has so much, I think it has too much that's not, it doesn't just have too much RNG, it has too much that's locked behind having good RNG.
Yeah. Also, I'm back. Hi.
Hi.
I remember seeing there's like certain like items that are like a ridiculously low drop rate, and they're required for like certain completion. Like
Exactly.
there's like a grass hat that has a ridiculously low chance of dropping from grass or something like that.
Hey, Amber, what
Yeah.
does the pomegranate in Hades do again? I always
The
forget.
pomegranate levels up a boon.
Oh, cool. Okay, I always forget. I always
It's
forget.
palm power.
But yeah, like the prismarine shards are a big one. Also, I feel like relationships
Take a
can
while.
be, yeah, take a while, and not just take a while, but like if you know what to do and what gifts to give the people to it doesn't feel like much, like it feels like okay.
Doesn't feel
Also,
like you're figuring out what they like.
yeah, it feels also, I guess that can be your own fault. Also, I know this is gonna sound weird. I don't once like I don't like how once you marry a person in the game, your their dialogue goes like they're like the dialogue things that they get go way down.
They don't have
It's
nearly as much dialogue.
and not just that, they don't have nearly as much interesting dialogue. I think, in my opinion.
Huh. That's interesting. Think they've had a lot. You think they'd have more to say after getting married?
Yeah. Also,
I guess it's about the journey, not the destination, or something. I don't know.
this asshole. I'm not good at fighting death.
Oh, then don't fight death. Uh, yeah, that's honestly all that is very fair. And I think that's I think like the it's very yeah, just generally very slow. Not the not the definitely not like super crazy about uh all the stuff that goes with that like goes into it. Like it's a fun game, and I won't deny that it's a very well made game, but I just don't really vibe with a lot of the stuff it it does, and that's okay.
I
Like
vibe with a lot of it. I just think that a lot of it is so like I just it takes a while to get any like
meaningful
when you
progress.
yeah, when you begin there's a lot to do and it's all very exciting and that excitingness doesn't really carry for a while. It feels like the updated things to like the game obviously got updates. I feel like a lot of those updates were made specifically for people that had already been playing the game and had already made a certain amount of progress when the update dropped. And we're so it's not a very easy game to like it's like there's like a slump.
Hmm.
Also the Oasis Desert sucks. I hate it. Maybe I got to the very bottom of the dungeons and I did that. It took me forever and I got down to the dungeon area or whatever. And then I went into the Oasis dungeon, hope full of joy and whimsy and wonder. And I walked in and I immediately got horribly maimed and maimed again. And then I got maimed again.
Hmm.
And then I did that.
Well,
And I'm never like I. Well, does that make any sense? I went to there and I walked in and I immediately got killed a lot. Also, there's a lot of lore, which normally I would like, but also the lore isn't very easily accessible. Like, it's not easy to find, which is fine theoretically, but also, like, I like, Splatoon has hidden sunken scrolls, which you can find in or like don't worry, I'm not gonna get into them. I'm just like having an example of lore that you have to work for, but it's not difficult to obtain if you want it. And like even if you're gonna like not have lore that's like even if you're gonna have lore that's difficult to obtain, I don't know, at least make it like accessible. Don't lock it behind random items. That's what I think my main problems all come down to like like the fact that once you get past the first year, it's a slog until like the 5th year or whatever, and the heavy reliance on RNG for yeah, the heavy reliance on RNG.
Yeah. You know what? Fair. There's a fair.
Yarp, yarp, yarp. I probably just sound like yarp, 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 yarp.
That's fine. But you know, fair consideration for the game. I've kind of said my thoughts. I don't think that Jem has any thoughts.
I mean, I have played it a little. Though I can't say as much as Fia did because I think I did suffer from what you said, Amber. It's like too repetitive at the beginning. Also, it kind of suffers the same fate as Animal Crossing does to me because I do have Animal Crossing. I bought it during I think a little bit after the big spike that it had during the lockdown, and I did try it and I thought it was fine. But the only problem is that the pacing is so slow, and
What game are you talking about? I just zoned out.
Animal
Are we still talking about?
Crossing,
Oh, Animal Crossing. Yeah.
yeah, the pacing of the game is so slow, and I know that's the point. It's like supposed to be like, okay, you kind of do a little bit, and then you log off, and then you go do other stuff, and then you log in every day. But I just can't do that. I guess I'm just someone who likes fast-paced games or something, but I could not um I could not do Animal Crossing, and Stardew Valley didn't suffer from that as much during the little I played, but I feel like it definitely
Yeah, that's
does.
because Stardew Valley doesn't operate in like a real time system, I think.
Yeah, and then that's I think that's the main problem. Also, kind of got overwhelmed a little because there was so much stuff and like, whoa, there's people, there's this weird cave, and that someone's trying to like offer me to open a like a Walmart or like a or something. I
Hey,
forgot what happened.
you can like bully a CEO, which I love that.
Oh, that's funny.
I think that they should add like a bully CEO mode to every game. Every game should have like a little place where you can like I don't know kill Elon Musk. I need a video game where you can kill Elon Musk. Let me kill Elon Musk, please, pretty please. Come on, I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy. You should give me a free free billionaire murder ticket. It's like this one. I'm sorry. I still like this. I'm sorry. I'm on the bone hydra. I completely
Learning.
forgot how to beat the bone hydra. Like I know I've beat the bone hydra before, but I completely forgot how, and I'm just kind of going by ear.
Fair enough.
It sucks. I hate it. I hate the bone hydra.
Just smack him.
That's
Anyway,
what I'm doing.
I hope after talking about the slow pace of Stardew Valley that the next game it generates is Ultra Kill.
Ultra Field. That's a game I've wanted to play for so long.
I have it, and it's really fun.
I've heard nothing, but I think this is like one of the only games where I have heard
nothing bad.
Basically nothing bad. Like I've heard
it has built-in butt plug compatibility. How could you not like it?
What?
Yeah, so
you're joking, right?
Ultra Kill has compatibility for a butt plug system where it will vibrate your butt plug when certain things happen in game.
What the fuck?
That is unironically a thing that exists in the game.
That's funny.
That is something that they did.
It's really funny. That's what it is.
Fuck! I died.
Damn. So, well, let's see what I get. 66. Did I already get 66?
What is it?
Well, hang on. Stardew Valley was what, 84? Yeah, it was 84. So 78. Yeah, 66 was the past within. Give me a different one. 8. All right. What's 8? Number 8 is Clicker Heroes.
Okay, I have no clue.
It is
Can't
okay.
on
Clicker
this one.
Heroes. It's a clicker RPG game, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It's an idle clicker game where it spawns enemies and you click on them to kill them, and it's a clicker game. I don't know what to say about it. It's kind of unbalanced also because once you start getting into later areas, it gets like absurdly it gets to absurd levels of needing characters to do shit. Uh, and it's a time sink game. It's like Cookie Clicker, but actually no, but it's like Cookie Clicker. It's a clicker game. What do you want me to say? It wastes my time and it's fun until my brain is melting out of my ears. uh,
Actually true.
I don't know what else to say. 65. Well, right before the past within. Ooh, the Outlast trials. Um, so you all know Outlast. If not the game, you've
Yep.
heard of the name. Uh,
I have it. I haven't played it though.
so the Outlast Trials is a multiplayer version of Outlast. Uh, so you can team up with up to 4 players, and you complete trials, um, and it's and like you have to get through this area, don't die, complete X objective. It's very gruesome, by the way. The Outlast
Oh
Trials
yeah,
gets
it's Outlast.
very gory. Um, I had to one of the objectives in one of the levels I played. I had to pull back and forth a saw that cut off a guy's legs, um, which I could not look directly at because it was very discomforting. Uh, but very fun. I'll say that much. It is a very fun multiplayer game. The problem is that it's multiplayer, so I have literally one person to play this with. uh, so yeah, I don't really get to play it that much. And playing multiplayer games, you can play it single player if you want, but why would you? It's way less fun. Uh, but good game. Uh, not much else to really say about it. It does what it needs to. Upgrades, you can upgrade. Upgrades are always fun. I love upgrades. Uh, wow, that's that's about it. It's a multiplayer game. I can't really say too much on it because again, one friend to play it with. But it's fun. It had its official release. It was in early access before, but it had its official release recently. So it added a bunch of stuff, which is cool. And there's a bunch of cool stuff that you can do. But yeah. Next game, 14. Number 14 on my Steam list. So 6, 12. Okay. I have some opinions about this game. Number 14, Dark Deception. Uh,
Oh, this game.
yes, this game. Uh,
I don't know what you're talking about, but okie dokie.
so Dark Deception, it's aptly described as first person horror Pac-Man. Uh,
Oh, cool. That sounds really cool, actually.
yeah, so basically every level is you running around a maze collecting what the game calls soul shards while enemies chase you down. It is a very fun game. I will give it that. And at one point in time, it was one of my favorite horror games.
Oh no, what happened? Oh no, wait,
So
what?
no. So like it hasn't. I don't think the quality's like it gotten worse. If anything, the quality of the game has gotten better. But I think it's gotten a bit more convoluted in certain ways. Um, so one of the things, so like this game has ridiculously professional voice acting. I just want to mention, like, the some of like one of the like they have like very like genuinely professionals on the voice acting, and this is just like a normal indie game. It's like the one I can remember off the top of my head is the voice for one of the characters. Her name is Agatha. The voice for her is the same voice actor for Dee Dee from Dexter's Lab. Uh, which you know, write the
Cool.
voice acting talent to get on there.
To
And
have in your horror game.
yeah, so and then there's one. So the voice actor for Beers, I remember she was in other things, but I don't remember what. Yeah, Carolyn Seymour. Let's see, Wikipedia article, filmography. Uh, okay, I'm looking at. Let's see, what else she do? She did a lot of TV stuff. Um, oh my god, my glasses are dirty as fuck. Uh, yeah, it's honestly interesting to see. I think some of the voice actors are, not as high class. I mean, and obviously these aren't like A-list voice actors or anything, but it's still funny to see like this is just a normal indie game, and they actually managed to get like the first game from this studio indie game. Also, I should remember.
I would like to know what the problems with it are.
Well, I'm looking through their other things first.
Oh,
Um,
sorry. Oh, sorry. I thought you were. I thought you were just. Yeah, I
yeah,
know why I said that
I'm
like that.
getting to that.
I said that really rudely. I'm sorry. I did not mean
It's
for
fine.
it to come off that way.
Uh, but yeah, so the game itself definitely fun. Definitely definitely a lot of fun to do. I've played through I've played through all four chapters mostly. I haven't played through the last. So there's five chapters, by the way. The fifth one is still in development. I've played through two out of the three levels of the fourth chapter, um, and overall, the first chapter is fun. It's the basic level of the game. You play as you play the first level, and it's standard enemies, no power ups or anything like that. Um, then you get to then you get to chapter two. Chapter two is very fun. It introduces the power ups of speed boosted teleportation. The gimmick of the second level is that there is one enemy, but she's as fast as you. So
Is that Agatha?
yeah, that is Agatha.
Oh, okay.
She
Why is she
yeah
named Agatha? That's a pretty human name. Is she just
she
a lady?
she's a schoolgirl, a demon
No.
schoolgirl. That's her thing. That and so she is the only threat, but she runs as fast as you and in the second part of the level can teleport. Um, and you can run, and so you get the speed boost in that level, and that's kind of the introduction to that. The third level is pretty interesting because the enemies there are like weeping angels, where they only move when you don't look at them. And
Enemies like that in video games are always so cool.
yeah, and so that is the level that introduces the teleport, and that level is very fun. It's a bit more challenging, but also but still pretty fun. The third chapter is interesting. So the second, the first the first part of the third chapter is takes place in a sewer, and you have these a bunch of like rotted looking ducks around, and it introduces a power up where it like puts in where it highlights enemies, so you can like see them through walls or whatever. And this is established in this level by having there's a bunch of like ducks around the sewers, and most of them are fake, but some of them are real, so you have to use the power up to see what the real ones are. And if you go near a real one, it'll spring up and start chasing you, which is cool. And that's kind of the general concept for this level. Then in the fifth level, or well, the fifth level of the entire thing, the second level of this chapter, it there's it introduces a sort of like stun mechanic. Primal fear is what it calls it. where it's just like it sends out a pulse from around you and stuns any enemy that it hits. Um, which is
Even Agatha?
yeah, you can bring these power ups
Oh
if you replay
shit!
old levels. And
I'm sorry.
so
All I know about that, I'm really trying to participate in the conversation, but all I know about it is Agatha.
it's
So
fine, it's fine. Uh, uh, but it's kind of emphasizing the fact that the level deals with enemies in packs. The first part, it's the enemy is clown gremlins. Uh, and the first part of the level, the first part of the level is
kind of like
uh
me.
they drive around in clown cars, and if the clown car gets near you, it'll stop and send out a whole bunch of them. And if you primal fear them, you'll once they're stop being stunned, they'll disappear and go back into the car. Um, and then the second part of the level, it's just they generally spawn in like big packs of clown gremlins, so you can use them to stun a bunch at once. Um, but and that one's pretty fun. It is kind of a bit of a challenge in certain parts, but uh overall chapter 3 isn't bad. Chapter 4 came out, and I think that that was when some of my bigger problems with the game started to come around. So uh one of the things they did in chapter 4 with the release of chapter 4 is they reworked all the older um levels. Not like an overhaul, they just added more stuff and like added a bit more stuff and made them more just generally more interesting. And I think overall they did. But another thing they did that I was kind of iffy on is they reworked animations. So in between each level, you'll get like a cutscene where you have a conversation with Beers, who is the character assisting you, and Malik, which is the main antagonist. Um, and generally they'll have it's just like they'll exchange dialogue between her and him, just her kind of being snippy towards him and him being threatening and all that, because he's a demon and she's a victim of him in a way. A complicated lore. I won't get into it. But actually, it's not that complicated. But whatever. Um, the but they reworked all the animations that the characters do during the dialogue, which would sound fun, but also like this is more a minor complaint than anything. But the animation reworks look like so much more over the top. Like they kind of like move really exaggeratedly, like way more than you would think they would. Uh, that's not really a big issue. It's just something that I found kind of funny. But chapter 3 kind of has a very or chapter 4 has a really big difficulty spike for some reason. Um, the first level is the first level of the chapter. The first section of it is okay. It's fairly decently balanced, and you can get through it with some decent strategy. The second level of this chapter is a bit of a difference, or the second section of the first level is a bit of its different story, because it is absurdly hard. If you are trying, in order to get an S rank on any of the levels, because you get a rank at the end when you complete them. In order to get an S rank, you have to not die once. Good fucking luck. Because you like trying to get around all the enemies in the second half of that level is ridiculously hard to do and requires either ridiculous amounts of knowledge of the game, movement, and being able to upgrade your shit to ridiculous levels, or it's just impossible. I don't know. I haven't actually seen any, because I don't really watch a lot of Dark Deception content, so I don't really get it recommended. So I've never seen any like S rank on this level or videos or something like that. Um, but it is really difficult to do. The only reason I ever beat that was because they made it so that in chapter 4 you can restart from a checkpoint and it won't reset your shard collection progress. That was the only reason I beat that level. And it was the only reason I'm sure a lot of people who played that game beat that level. So big difficulty spike, and it only gets harder in the second level of the chapter, where it is hard actually no, the first section of the level is hard. The second section of the level is not that bad. Um, if I'm no, actually, the third section is the one that's not that bad. The second section is the one that kind of is awkward. Um, and then again, just big difficulty spike, and then after, because there's 3 levels in the fourth chapter, and between the second and third level, they kind of do a lot of storytelling, which on one hand is fine because they have a story to tell and they need to tell it some way. They kind of haven't up to this point in the game. Slight problem. At the end of the second level, it puts you through a going through your character's mind sequence. You're kind of walking through this grayish area and going through like memories, and that's pretty neat. And at least you're like controlling the character and walking around. Immediately after that, however, it puts you through like a solid 20 minutes of cutscenes.
Goodness gracious.
Like just a ridiculously long like string of cutscenes, and the like I can forgive the first cutscene because like it has like a lot of animation work put into it, which I can respect. However, after that, you basically, so after that whole sequence of going into your mind, there's a short cutscene where you're out of it. You get thrown back into the main area. Then there's a cutscene of story stuff. Then there's a second cutscene where you get thrown into it, and then after that, there's another short cutscene that plays where stuff happens. You're introduced to the area, and then you get to play the game. And it's like, God, that took forever, and now I get to play the game. The last level is interesting though, because it's a thing where you lose all the powers you've gotten, and then you can you collect them throughout the level, so you get more of your powers, and you can use more of them over time, which is neat, and I like that level concept. But it's definitely, I definitely feel like the game has a bit of an issue with difficulty and like doing more, but like kind of taking you out of gameplay a bit too much for story purposes. That's only really a thing in the fourth chapter, but who knows what will happen in the fifth chapter because it's still in development, and that's when all the story stuff is probably going to come out. Also, one minor complaint, not too big of a thing, but it's been said that you only are going to be able to get the true ending of the game if you S rank every level.
That's stupid.
Yeah, I don't really like that kind of philosophy of like, in order to get the best ending, you have to play the game ridiculously well when the game is already ridiculously hard.
Yeah, like I feel like you should just like, not everybody's good at video games. I'm sure not. Yeah. Especially if difficulty is as difficult as you implied it was, which, I mean, I don't consider you a liar. And you're good at video games. I've seen you play a video game. Have you seen Amber play the Guilty Gear? She did a combo, and I was impressed. I would be impressed. You did the most basic. You did the most basic combo ever on me twice, and I was impressed. No, but seriously, you are good at video games from what I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm decent at Dark Deception, and also it's like that game is really hard to S rank. The only reason I have S ranks on the first 2 levels, and the only reason I have S ranks on the first 2 levels was because of an exploit you could do before they patched it out. So what you could do is, once you got the teleport ability, you could go back to the first 2 levels and teleport past the trigger. Teleport past the trigger to spawn the enemies. So you just run around the level with no enemies. And I did that, and I got S ranks because, no threats.
That for some reason in my head it was like the no bitches meme. No threats.
Yeah.
So Jem, how are you doing?
Also, well,
no,
yeah,
you haven't
Jem.
talked in a while, Jem.
Oh, you're talking to me. Oh, yeah. Hi.
I haven't heard of you in a while. I want to make sure you were doing good.
No, yeah, I'm here.
If you're just
Um, yeah, I also wanted to bring up some because you mentioned like excessive. I found I saw this tweet like a while ago on on Twitter about like accessibility for games for like people with ADHD. Um, and you know, I think it's fair to want accessibility options, but and like I don't blame the person for wanting some of these accessibility options, but it was kind of unreasonable. I'm not gonna lie. So
what were they?
so I would also like to preface this with the fact that they said and clarified in the comments. This tweet has since been deleted, by the way. The only reason I have it is because I sent a link to it and I can see the embed on Discord. But so they specified that they said,
So it was only one and not a thread.
huh?
It was only one tweet and not like a thread of tweets.
No, it was one tweet with an image attached of their list of what they wanted.
Wait. Can I take a guess? Can I take a guess?
What?
Was it in the notes app?
No, it looks more like it looks more like a text document.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, so they said so. I before I read this list, I would like you to keep in mind that they specified ideally all games should have all of this. Every game.
Oh.
Every game that exists. So keep that in mind as I read this. Instant access to the game, no logos, no fancy menu transitions, no accounts of any kind, no pop-up messages of any kind, opt-in online mode manually instead of it auto-connecting. That one I definitely agree with, actually. No forced options, opt-in character creation. No unlocks of any kind. All difficulties, all characters, all weapons, all abilities, all modes should be unlocked from the get-go.
That's bad.
No interruptions and focus on the meat of the game. No cutscenes / dialogue / walking sections / admire the vista sections. Instantly opening gates / doors, instantly moving elevators. No opening / interacting animations of any kind unless they are very important for combat. Things should activate instantly. No quiet time. If it's a combat game, then auto-collect all items within an area to cut down on exploration. Very fast movement. Robust practice modes. Players should be able to select any checkpoint in the game and instantly go there. Quick restarts. Never force players to kill themselves to restart or quit to menu. Condensed mode. A mode which shortens the game as much as possible, only keeping the absolute best and most unique bits in and chopping out all the rest. That was their demands for every game to have.
Can I speak on this? Wait.
The most soulless game ever.
Can I speak on this?
Yeah, okay, go ahead. As a person with ADHD.
Okay, wait. Am I the only person with ADHD here? Is ADHD in the room with us?
I've never been diagnosed, but I probably have it.
You probably do. Sorry.
But go ahead, speak your piece.
I'm sorry for sometimes I forget.
It's fine.
Most of my friends. Jem, you speak. You.
What's up?
You have ADHD, Jem.
Oh no, I don't. Or if I do, I don't. No, if I do.
If you do, you don't.
I meant to say if I do, I don't know if I know.
Okay, so.
Okay. Also, speak your piece on that because I'm gonna go. While you're doing that, I have to go to the bathroom real quick.
Okay, I will say that I feel like that definitely makes me the person in this voice call most. How to say? What's the word?
Go on.
Ugh, crap! I can't. Wait, no. Let me think of the word. Makes me the most like. There's a word for this. I know the word. Let me wait. I just paused my video game to think of the word. I need to think. Okay.
Sensible?
I'm looking it up. What?
Sensible?
No, not sensible.
Okay, so what's close to your word? Just
I
so we how
can't think of it.
like
No, I can't. No. I
need to think.
need to know the word.
What's a word?
I need to think of it. I don't know. I have it in my brain.
Does it okay? Give me like
Authority.
authority. Oh, I gives you the
What
most
I was saying is
authority.
that I have the most authority to talk about that, like when it comes to people here right now. And I will say that it is stupid, and not just for the reasons it's obviously stupid. When Amber comes back, I want to ask her to pull up the list because I want to go into a few of them more in detail, and I want to get the wording right. But oh boy, do I have quite a bit to say on that, because I feel like just looking at it and going, this is sucks and bad, really doesn't get to the root of the issue with it, and which is that it ridiculous which is that it ridiculously infantilizes the abilities of people with ADHD and generalizes people with ADHD. Like it assumes that
Yeah, everybody has the same.
everybody is like, I am playing. You know, I am the master of multitasking. I am fighting the bone hydra right now, and I'm fighting the bone hydra and on the podcast, and I just looked up the word authority. I'm doing fine, and you know, Hades is not a very slow paced game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
And were you?
What do you mean? Were you?
What I was saying was
Oh,
that
so here's the image with all with their full
yeah,
list. So
I just spent most of the time trying to remember what the word authority was.
yeah, I was in the bathroom thinking qualified, but
Yeah, qualified. Oh, that's way better. Yeah, I'm the most qualified. That is the word I was looking for.
Yeah, there's your list.
Thank you.
Of
So, a few of them that I find very interesting. Like, I think like the first, it's really, really, really easy to just, I feel like, for somebody to just look at this and say, "Grr, this sucks," without actually like thinking about it, right?
mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the what?
I agree on some. It's just the problem.
Yeah, some of the ones that I think
some of them are good. Some of them are good.
Specifically the opt-in online mode manually instead of it auto-connecting I prefer, because I hate when games require you to be online to play them or stuff like that. Or like, I mean, I don't think that's what they mean. I think that's the game attempting to connect online and it'll still play if it doesn't, which is honestly whatever. Like, I don't think any, like, the whole thing about like instant access to, quote unquote, instant access to the game is kind of like,
that's the only
and also like the no pop-up messages. What if you need content warnings?
Yeah, that's also for me is as well, like the no story building, basically no cutscenes.
Yeah, no cutscenes,
like,
dialogue.
It's a boring game.
No, what I'm saying is that the idea of this, the real problem with this is that it basically it's trying to infantilize. You know, like it's infantilize the idea that, like, oh, these people with ADHD. I'm hoping the person who made this has ADHD, or hell, it might even just be bait. But the fact that they deleted it says otherwise, maybe. But what I'm saying is, like, ow, I have some. See, this is my problem. I can't speak. It assumes that people with ADHD can't do anything. Basically,
they have to.
Like,
they have to be stimulated at every possible second.
No, like.
No, I mean that's what it kind of implies, because it's like literally all this is like only give me gameplay. I don't want to be doing anything else for even a split
Oh
second.
yeah, I was thinking like, yeah, basically, like
'Cause
overstimulation is a thing.
like
Like,
even the
and
even the
also
thing of even the thing of like instantly opening gates slash doors. What, you can't handle a 2 second
yeah,
door open
exactly.
animation?
That is a yeah exactly. It just assumes that everybody with ADHD just can't handle like waiting for a second
Yeah.
or like having a game that's difficult. Like overstimulation is an issue also. Like I want there to be like quiet portions of games where I can take a break and appreciate. It's like, oh yeah, I don't want to appreciate the graphics or the effort that was put into this game. A question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah.
Like, do you think I don't like? I like quick restarts. Quick restarts are good in games.
Yeah. It's
Like, I just like in general. I just like having the option to quick restart, especially if you die.
yeah. That is nice. Uh
It's just a combat game, very fast movement and auto collect. Like all of
the
that, it just kind of misses the point of so many game genres.
yeah.
And not only that, but also let me
the
go
the one that
like
I like, the one that like get that irks me the most, funnily enough, is the no unlocks of any kind, because I fucking love unlocking things in
well,
games.
I
I
feel
love collectionist games. I love collecting things, and having literally everything from being unlocked at the start is so boring. Like, I want to earn it. Let me earn it.
well yeah, obviously. Also, I can't stress this enough. There are different types of ADHD.
Yeah.
Like there are three main different types of ADHD, and one is hyperactive and inattentive, and combined, which and one of lots of them is, and some of them are like, oh crap, I can't even speak. Sorry.
It's fine.
And lots of people have like combined ADHD, and it's like ADHD is really complicated, and like people like your average Joe doesn't really think about it. I feel like, and by that I mean like doesn't really care about the minutia of it because there was never really any sort of sorry, my brain is completely. See, this is me talking. This is me talking about ADHD. I can't. I simply cannot. Like, there's this expectation that people with ADHD are going to be like super like like hyperactive and never like sitting still. I'm like, that's not true. Sometimes people with ADHD are like need things to be slower to like completely comprehend them, like or need like to have things repeated to them, and this completely ignores that idea by just like basically just selling ADHD as this like one thing, but like of just being like, oh, a bunch of people who can't handle game difficulty or stories. Like, do you know how miserable my life would be if I did not have Splatoon story? I would have to get into some. I would have to be this obsessed about something else, like I don't know, the Boston molasses flood. Do you want to live in a world where I'm still hyper fixated on the Boston molasses flood? The Boston molasses flood doesn't have an expansion pass.
They should flood Boston again.
With molasses. I'm just thinking of the hypothetical Boston molasses flood DLC expansion pass.
Now with mayo.
I can't breathe.
I've killed her.
You killed me. I'm dead. God damn it, Amber. Why did you murder me like that? basically what I'm trying to say is that this is, and I do not use this word lightly, very ableist. Well, I know I will say with like the context of the person probably does have ADHD. So, like I think it's more like internalized.
I would like to mention that in the part. So this tweet has been deleted, so I can't see it again. But like it's the what they said is still in the embed, and never in the original tweet did they say as a person with ADHD. So it's up in the air.
If I was writing some shit like this, the first thing I would say was like as a person with ADHD, like if I wasn't if I didn't, since I'm still up and leaning towards the person who's writing this having ADHD, I'd be much nicer than I would if I knew they did it. If I knew they did, I would be like extremely mean about this. But since like it's ableist. It's ableist in a very well-meaning ableism way. That's not outwardly discriminatory, but it acts like people with mental like disorders are incapable of doing things. Basically, do you know what I mean? Am I speaking sense? It's a very like specific. Like I said, I call it well-meaning ableism.
Oh god, I went onto their Twitter page. They deleted it just they according to them they deleted it because it's just they said with the weight the tweet is going, I'm cutting my losses before I get cooked by a critical / Asmongold style drama channel or something. So they don't even like regret it or anything. Also, they're a game dev, which makes me concerned. I'm really concerned about the games that they make.
Like I said, I'm playing Hades right now, and Hades breaks every single one of these rules, and I'm having a great time.
Yeah, all their games just seem like, fast-paced action games.
It's good if you want to make a fast-paced action game, but you don't have to act like it's like making a fast-paced action game is an accessibility option.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, like, from everything I've heard about Ultra Kill, I'm pretty sure that's like their ideal game. Except it's very flashy and looks cool, so probably not. They want to.
I mean, like the only thing that they probably wouldn't vibe with is the fact that there is cool. Between each act they have a decently long cutscene.
Oh no!
Although I think you can skip them.
Oh okay, well, they want. I think a better thing is that they want Ultra Kill, but instead of cool designs, it's just squares. Ultra Kill with squares, baby.
Yes, this guy probably isn't. If I see any of this guy's games, I'm probably not going to play him.
Honestly, if they were free, I would play them out of curiosity. Like, what
they are free. They're all on itch.
Well, now I kind of want to play them. Just like I don't even like playing games on my computer, but I'm curious about what this guy thinks. What kind of games this guy thinks I should be playing. It's like clearly they know better than me.
Yeah, it's like the type of games that are being described, like that kind of style of game only fits very specific genres. Like,
and it's him.
You can't apply that to every genre, like they're saying. The only reason why any of his games look remotely fun is because that style of game, he makes the genre of game that style fits with.
He just wants people. Plot twist: he doesn't actually agree with this. He just wants people to make his game. He just wants people to play his game, and he failed miserably.
According to some of his other tweets, no, he definitely agrees with it.
Wait, can you look up ADHD just on his profile? I need to know if he might have mentioned. I need to know.
Okay. Let me from them ADHD. Well, I see one where they replied to someone marked red in Shinigami eyes, so that's
What does that mean?
Shinigami eyes is a browser extension where it highlights LGBTQ supportive people and organizations in green and highlights anti-LGBTQ people and organizations in red.
That's pretty epic.
Yeah, and he's replying to someone in red.
Oh. That's not very cool.
Okay, so he does say so in one of his replies he says specifically, if you don't like being lumped in with me on account of us both having ADHD. So he does have ADHD.
So, you know what? So yeah, it's more of an internalized ableism thing, or him just applying his. Ironically, I feel very lumped. I like, honestly, he's probably has a point, like, because the person's probably being in red. I don't trust them.
Yeah. So the person he's replying to in red is the like mostly agreeing with them for like. I think some people like agree with him on the principle of yes, games should have more accessibility of just playing the game and not playing the like not having to go through a bunch of needless like long wait times for things, but also it's incredibly unrealistic wants, like to the point where it's very to the point where it's like very like agreeing with any of this, like just agreeing with his general idea just feels very not good. Very
You know what this reminds me of? Remember
what?
there was a trend a while back. There was this like, I love this specific trope, and it was like a trope that usually applied to like a single character. That's kind of what it's reminding me of. It's like I'm generalizing this thing, but in reality, I'm just trying to describe myself or like a specific thing.
Amber, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you okay, I run Theseus and the Minotaur. I'm not very good at this boss fight. Who do you say I focus on taking out first?
The Minotaur.
Okay, thank you.
That's.
I assumed as much.
I literally have always done that battle, defeating the Minotaur first.
He seems like the competent one.
Yeah. He's the one that's not full of himself.
I do kind of like I like the dynamic they got going on of just like it's completely like I find it really funny. Like on a brighter note, I was a Greek mythology kid. Like I don't know why is that a moment for a reason? Are you? Oh, I thought you were like I thought you were surprised.
Oh no.
No, did you expect that? Did you expect that I spawned into existence in 2015 when Splatoon came out?
No. I just found it interesting. That's it.
Oh no! I know. I'm not trying to like judge. My judgment level is 0 right now. You should be. Sometimes my judgment level is like at least 37.
Yeah, that's with River.
No, I can judge people better than River. You better believe I can judge people better than River.
No, I think he meant like that's your judgment level when you're judging River.
Yeah. Oh no, my judgment level when I'm judging River is way higher than that.
Oh, all right.
You know, that also makes sense.
Like I don't know, I say that's at least at like 237.
Wow.
Maybe even like I don't know, 238.
Yeah.
I sure love numbers.
Yeah.
I don't.
Speaking of numbers, random number generator.
I got killed. I got dead.
Oh damn. Sucks.
What'd you get?
Hey, I got much further than usual. Usually I don't get to the the Minotaur boss fight.
Yeah. But yeah, so the next game I got in my random number generator was Ultimate Custom Night, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's fun.
Well, I'll say Custom Night is fun. It's just like it's like Ultimate Custom Night is fun. It's just like it's playing the same thing but with different mechanics every time. And
Yeah.
it's it's fun, but also it's repetitive. But you can't really get around that with how the game is. It's just kind of it's like here's all the animatronics in one big game. Here you go, have fun kind of game. It's not really meant to be like much more than what it is, and you know what, that's fair.
You know what? If Ultimate Custom Night had um like a night system, which I know goes against the whole point, but I think it'd be really cool if it had like, of course, the 5 nights before that, and each night introduced like a batch of new animatronics until you get to like the last night where I wouldn't say all of them are there, but you unlock all of the animatronics as you go.
Yeah, I like how the game has like at some point after the game came out, like there was just a definitive strategy to winning 50-20. Like that's just how you won it. If you want to win, do this. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you probably will win if you use the strategy. I remember seeing a fan game of like an Ultimate Custom Night type fan game, but it added like 200 fucking animatronics, and it had like 4 levels of cameras and all this different bullshit. Trying to turn on every animatronic crashed your game, understandably. But it had so much stuff. It even had like some of the like Freddy in Space 2, like it had like the Mark Bot character, the Markiplier robot. And if I remember correctly, that particular one was just it put a face cam in the corner of your.
That's so funny.
That one was that was really funny when I was trying it out. I remember I used to download FNAF fan games. Like I downloaded so many of them. Sometimes I played them, sometimes I didn't. Sometimes I
About
finished
it the other day when you were talking about that you didn't finish Pop Goes, was it?
Yeah, actually, I think I might have been talking about Flumpties, or oh no, I was talking about Pop Goes Arcade. Was the
okay.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned Flumpties at some point, and I just yeah.
Yeah, but I used to have a lot of FNAF fan games. It was definitely a. Okay, so I rolled again and I got 88, which I might have done already. 8, so this was 94, 93, 92, 91, 90, 89, 80. I don't have to. All I have to do is say one word for what 88 is, and you will understand.
Okay.
Terraria.
Oh, ha ha.
Oh. Ha 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 ha. Okay, come on.
I don't need to say anymore.
Number.
Yeah, next
Okay,
number.
context for everybody that is watching, all of the one fan that is watching right now. Hello, you are seen, you are loved. I just listened to them talk about Terraria for.
Yeah, Terraria. We before the
Calamity,
podcast we were talking about Calamity.
Sorry, I'm
for
learning.
Like a solid 15 minutes.
And I was just there like. Good for. I'm happy for you. Or sorry that happened.
I'm not number generator seems to like to pick things near it itself for some reason.
Oh, can I pick a number?
What, a random number?
Yes.
Well, let me. I got 78, which I don't think I've done. So let me go to that first. So that's 88. That's 84. A3, A2, A1, or 3, 2, 1, 80. Oh hey, 78 is Sam and Max Hit the Road.
Oh, hey, yeah, we had a great time playing that game.
Speaking of point and click puzzle games,
I want someday. I want to get. If I ever save up some money, I think actually one of the first games I will buy is another Sam and Max game, so we can play it again because that was genuinely a lot of fun. Even though
yeah,
like
Sam and Max
it
games
took
are
me a,
very fun. It's the gay couple.
it took
Is
me a
that the wait?
while.
Is that the bunny and the dog?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
it
Oh, sweet! I've heard of them.
Freelance detectives or whatever.
it took me a hot second to get the controls down,
Yeah.
but I had a we. I think like the only thing we really struggled on is the part where we had to figure out that we were supposed to steal the bathroom pass from the bathroom key from the that took forever.
Yeah. It is a very fun. If you like point and click puzzle games, Sam and Max is the game. Like it's a very it's very old school. Like Sam and Max came out a while ago. Uh yeah, release date January 1st, 1993. Uh pub-
1993.
yeah, developed by Lucasfilms.
Wait, the Lucasfilms, the one who produced the Star Wars movies?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
Wait, no, really?
yeah, published by Lucasfilm and Disney.
Whoa, wait, I'm just learning. What?
Yeah, Sam and Max is made by Lucasfilms.
yep.
And then I think they that it for the more modern Sam and Max games it's a different developer. But yeah, Sam and Max was originally because Sam and Max was originally like a comic series, if I remember correctly, and then they made point and click puzzle games out of them. But yeah, it is kind of like it's Sam and Max is very so Jem, you're familiar with There Is No Game, Wrong Dimension.
Yep.
Sam and Max is very much what the second level of that game was with Sherlock Holmes.
Oh no.
Uh oh yeah.
Wait,
It's never like yeah, it literally is they've never
wasn't there
actually
like a
said
wedding
that
cake?
yeah, the creator of Sam and Max had a wedding cake toppers of Sam and Max in wedding outfits. Like
I feel like there's like a point where they hint at a relationship so much that it doesn't really matter if it's stated in game or not.
it's no longer a hint, it is like shouting in your ear with a megaphone.
It's like I think like that's Pearl and Marina. Trust me. Marina got mad because she thought someone was trying to hit on Pearl. Like, I don't think that's how you react if you think someone's trying to flirt with your friend. Keyword is think. They were not. They did not even say anything remotely close to that. They are just gay. We love them. We love gay people here. This is the world.
So
Jem
true.
is the only straight person. Like this podcast is the world where the world where LGBTQ is the norm and straight is the minority.
Yeah, I mean, that is most of the people who I follow on Twitter. Like, yeah, I don't mind it.
That's a respectful mindset to have.
I'm biting my fist right now. I'm trying to collect something, and it's really, really, really annoying too.
What are you collecting?
Well, bloodworms.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure you can buy bloodworms
Oh, well, let me go back home.
from the fish guy. I forget what he's called.
Fish guy. Got it.
I do have to. I do. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure the Sea King. That's what he's called. Yeah. So, oh no, sorry. It's he only sells them after the old Duke is defeated. So.
Oh well, that's awesome.
Never mind.
Continue,
but hey, at least if you beat him once, you can have an infinite supply.
Yep.
In case you ever need to beat him again, I guess. So, but yeah. So Fia, you wanted to give me a number. Give me a number from one to 107.
Hmm. One.
One. All right.
One.
The first game. I think I've talked about this on the podcast before. Actually, the first game on my Steam list is 7 Days to Die.
I vaguely know. I don't actually know. I feel like I
Okay.
keep hearing about this game and I still know
Yeah.
nothing about it.
So okay. So 7 Days to Die is a open world survival game, kind of like Minecraft, but not really. It's it's zombie apocalypse game. It's called 7 Days to Die because every 7 days there's a blood moon, and blood moon is just like like very high spawn rates. Zombies move really fast. So there's a bunch of zombies that swarm you, and you really need to prep up. You basically have 7 days to prepare, and then on the night of the seventh day, it's blood moon, and you you try to your best to defend yourself. And every blood moon keeps getting harder and harder for throughout the
Until you
end.
die.
Well, you can set it to that you fail when you die, but you can respawn, as is with most things. And so the general, I like it has a lot of neat stuff. I find it a decently fun survival game that I come back to. I don't have anyone to play it with, and I probably will not for ever, maybe. um, but very fun game. It's just the developers are uh, not that kind of
Cool.
not like they're
Don't sugarcoat it.
no. I'm like trying to find a way to put it because like they're not bad people. They just don't listen. Like they're like people complain like they don't fix things, they don't implement things that they promise to implement. um the the game for context, the game has been in development for like 12 years. Or no, yeah, like it the release date for early access, by the way, is December 13th, 2013. So it's been a while.
Yeah, that's 11 years.
Yeah, 11 years. It's been a while. The game still does not really have a story which has been planned. It still does not have certain things that have been promised, or certain or like various stuff like that. There is a lot with the game that it just has not put in. Like there's supposed to be and by the way, I would like to mention this game is scheduled to have a 1.0 release very soon. Like they announced that they're going to put out 1.0 and put it out of early access soon, after 11 years, when there's so much that hasn't been. I'd like not knowing the context of this episode, good lord. Yeah. um but yeah, so like it's been 11 years. They're putting out a 1.0. They've done a bunch of things that people don't like. They haven't implemented a bunch of things. The game runs like ass. I get frame drops on this game with my computer.
Damn.
And that's not just like like scrolling in reviews, other people also say like, yeah, this game, even on new computers, this game still like doesn't run that great. And like I have a 144 hertz monitor that I run games on. Pretty much every game I play can run at a full 144 frames per second if they support it. On average, 7 Days to Die runs at 100 frames per second, which is not bad, but a 44 frame drop on a new computer that is very powerful is kind of ridiculous. Like, really? Really, you're gonna like you've had this game in development for 11 years and you couldn't optimize it at all? You didn't gain the experience in programming to know how to optimize it at all? Like, this game, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's very fun. But God, these developers are kind of bad at what they do. Um, and that makes it even worse because I would love to play this game with other people because that would make it so much more fun. But it's not gonna run on anyone else's computer because optimization sucks ass. The game costs it's $25 right now and is gonna be bumped up to 45 when the 1.0 release comes, and it's like I'm never gonna be able to play this game with anyone. No one, literally no one on my friends list owns it. By the way, so that's but yeah, 7 Days to Die, not a fun game, but God. Uh, but yeah, Fia, give me another number.
37.
37. All right. Let me go back to my list. 6, 12, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 37. Okay, so number 37 is a game called Gunfire Reborn, which is a first-person shooter roguelike game. It is very fun. It's another one of those games where it's very multiplayer focused, so I need people to play it with in order to generally have fun. um, but it is very fun. I like roguelikes are always fun. First person shooters are always fun. Combine them into one, I'm going to have fun. And there's a lot of characters. And each character has their own unique abilities. There's different difficulties. There's a decent variety of guns that you can get. It's pretty fun. I do remember, so Freya and Astrid, two members of the FFE, also own this game, and I did have a opportunity to play with them once. And I play a certain character in the game that starts off kind of weak, but if you can get the right upgrades for them, they become ridiculously powerful. And they're you so each character has a primary ability and a secondary ability. And her primary ability, the character I play, her primary ability is a fireball that you can charge up, and you have you have a meter that has a max capacity. By default, it only has 2 charges, and you can charge a fireball up to a max of 2 charges. If you buff that fireball up and hard focus on the fireball, you barely even need to use your guns because you're just shooting a single fireball and killing literally everything in one hit in its path. It is absurdly strong. And I remember when I was playing it with Freya and Astrid that I managed to get that build with them, and they just weren't having fun because I was just killing everything before they could do anything. And I felt kind of bad, but that's the character I play most often. I'd probably want to switch to a different character just for the fun of everyone else, or just choose a different setup. But it's
what
not
game
always.
Were you talking about? I
Gun-
didn't even hear.
Gunfire Reborn.
I don't know what that game is.
It's a roguelike first-person shooter, like I said.
Sorry, I just completely zoned out until you were talking about how you made the game unfun for everyone else, and I was like, and I zoned back in because I'm tired.
That's understandable. But yeah, it's very fun. It's multiplayer focused. It requires other people to make it even more fun. A pretty good game. Kind of, it does that specific character does kind of have the problem of being a bit too powerful with the right build. But power is always fun.
Okay, I am very sorry, but I need to leave early right now because
Because you what?
I need to work on something.
Okay, I need to focus on it. That's all right. We can have a bit of our recording time is 2 hours 24 minutes.
You guys, you guys should talk about Terraria. for the rest of the time. That's my suggestion to you guys.
You know
Just
what?
talk about Terraria for the rest of the time.
You know what? I'd be down. I don't know if I don't. I mean, Jem, are you down to just do a duo to
Do what?
pat just us
Just talk about Terraria.
Us two
Oh,
padding out the
sure.
runtime. No one watches this far into the video anyway.
Time to descend from this plane of existence into a lower plane of existence. Goodbye.
Bye
I will be
bye.
back from
Yeah.
hell. I will drag River Soul out of hell so we can bully her again later. So on the next episode, that's what I'm doing.
Indeed.
See ya.
Bye bye. Oh yeah.
Oh, there
Duo.
she goes.
Yep, there she is.
Sweet.
Yeah, no one watches this far into the episodes besides Adam. Adam has been
True.
like touted himself as like the #1 Monkey's Brains fan, and I think he's right. He watches the whole episode whenever they come out. And hey, Adam, if you're watching this, leave a comment and say say ooga booga in the comment, and we'll heart it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi, Adam. The only person watching right now.
Hey, don't discredit. Maybe Freya's watching as well. Who knows?
I don't know. We always make jokes about Freya being the one to watch it, but I don't. She doesn't really like talk too much. I think she watched. I know she watched the 2 episodes before this. I just don't hear much from her about the podcast, so I can never be too sure.
Okay.
Yeah, can't be. Freya, if you're watching this, comment. Comment. Monkey Brains is awesome. Yeah. And we'll heart that one too.
Yep.
But Fia said to talk about Calamity, which is, I mean, on topic. You're playing Calamity right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I have actually been gearing up for the old Duke.
Yeah, I've been doing my, I've been continuing my solo playthrough of the first time I've ever actually properly played through Calamity. It is. I do have to, like, I kind of get this feeling of like when because I'm playing through like it with Thorium also, and like Thorium gives me that old feeling of like, man, I really love it's that feeling of playing through something new, even though I'm playing through Terraria again. It feels like I'm playing something new because there's all this Thorium stuff that I'm not familiar with, and it's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what class I want to go with, because like I started off being a mage, and then I'm like, I want to try ranger, and ranger's kind of switching from mage to ranger is interesting because I lack so much pierce. Like, the ability for my stuff to pierce through enemies with mage is like such a luxury, and then I switch to ranger and nothing does because I don't have I just have musket balls and like tungsten bullets, and that's what I get.
That's fun.
And it's also way less effective on groups of enemies, like fighting Brain of Cthulhu and all the creeper eyes. A lot harder to deal with ranged. And plus, I forget if this is a base Terraria thing or if it's a Calamity balancing factor, but creepers take less damage from grenades. So...
okay, I blanked out. I thought you were talking about the Minecraft ones.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Minecraft, creepers take less damage from grenades.
Yeah, because you can totally craft those in there.
Yep. I mean, actually, in Minecraft context, it also makes sense because they're explosive, and maybe you could logic the explosion causing creature is more resistant to explosions or something, or maybe they're more susceptible because it just chain reaction. They blow up, you blow them up, and then they blow up in turn.
Yep.
Who knows? But yeah, honestly, like I meant, I'll definitely, once you complete Calamity, by the way, I definitely want to see your music tier list.
I'm planning on it. I'm thinking, I've been re-going from some of the tracks and I'm like thinking, what am I gonna rate it? What am I gonna rate these ones? I definitely have like a couple of like 5 tracks that I'm like 100% sure that are like S tier, but
Mhm.
I'm not quite sure about the others.
Yeah, I'm looking through. So like, if I were to give of my general view of tracks up to, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna scroll through up to the progression that you've done. Um, Actually, I'll go beyond that, but I will try to keep the ones that you haven't listened to out of spoiler territory. Um, but yeah, so I have the whole thing up to me. It's 40 tracks. Some of them don't play in game. Uh, so the Tale of the Cruel World, the title theme, very calming, very nice. That's the theme. Nice theme. I like it. Um, I should add that to my. I made the tier list, but I don't have the Tale of the Cruel World. I don't have any of the environment themes, only
Oh,
boss
you
themes.
should.
Yeah,
You should.
I'll add that to my tier list. I just have to make images for them. Guardian of the Former Seas for the Desert Scourge. It's pretty neat. I think
All
it's a
right.
nice
Yeah.
it's a nice first boss theme. It fits what the Desert Scourge is meant to be. Um, Infestation, very funky.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
Infestation is definitely a banger. I love how funky it is. Uh, Blood Coagulant, which is the Perforator's theme. Have you
Very
heard that?
metal.
Have you heard?
Very metal.
Yeah.
Very. Yeah. I really like getting all the bosses. That's why I kind of wanted to do um the for the worthy in the original in my original world because it gives you both of the
Well, you could just do the
um
Drunk Seed.
yeah, but that's also hard.
What? The Drunk Seed?
Yes.
The Drunk Seed is the one that gives you both biomes, both
No, but
Crimson and.
it also combines for the worthy.
No, no, no. That's Get Fixed Boy.
Oh, that's right.
The Drunk World Seed is the one that like fucks with the generation, where it has both evils. It switches the layouts of the marble and granite caves. Uh, and it has like a shit
Mm.
ton more living trees. Yeah, the drunk and the only I would play on the drunk seed more. The only reason I don't is because by default the drunk seed has the uh was it the Otherworld soundtrack, and the Otherworld soundtrack is nice, but I prefer the original soundtrack.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I do kind of want to like go over the entirety of the Other World soundtrack.
Yeah,
That
the
one's
Otherworld
fun
soundtrack
too.
is good. I think the Otherworld Rain theme is really nice.
It is,
Yeah, I love the Otherworld Rain theme. Um,
and that's the old Duke.
oh, you challenging him now?
Yeah, I've defeated him.
Oh, sweet, you got him. Uh, Now you can move on to Devourer of Gods. But
Yep.
yeah, so I'm looking at yeah, so Blood Coagulant, like you said, very metal. I definitely love the song though. It's pretty nice. The Filthy Mind is my favorite between the two. Uh,
Was that one?
the Filthy Mind is the Hive
Oh, the Hive
Minds.
Mind. Yeah.
Yeah. That one I like more. It's definitely pretty cool. Um, and the like I, I just it's just I don't know. I can't like really put into words why I like it more than the Blood Coagulant. I just think it just vibes more with me. I'd say. Return to Slime theme of
Oh, S tier. I That's one of the few.
yeah
Infestation of that one's also S tier for me.
yeah the Return to Slime. I love the almost bounciness of it and like the sort of like this like synth that it uses for the main uh like the main melody of it, like very spooky almost synth.
Mm-hmm.
That one's really good. um then there's Antarctic Reinforcement, Cryogen's theme.
That
uh
one's really it definitely has a feeling to it.
You
Under
know
the
what's
Skin.
funny? I remember a while ago I played this on a I played Antarctic Reinforcement on a music bot in VC while you were there, and I remember specifically you described the first part of the song as sounding like an FNF song, and the second part sounding like a dubstep YouTuber intro.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I specifically remember playing that song and you describing it like that, which is really funny. But I really like Antarctic Reinforcement. It's it's definitely not like one of my favorites, but definitely up there for me. Um, then there's Left Alone, uh, theme of Brimstone Elemental. Uh,
It's all right.
yeah,
Is
it's a
good
bit.
though.
I think the song is more meant to less. It's I think the song is more made as less of like meant to be an intense boss theme and more meant to be like to tell her story, because like she's there from like a destroyed like civilization. That's what the Brimstone Crags are kind of meant to be. Um, and I think it does it well in that sense. It's not so like it's not as banging as the rest of the soundtrack, but I respect what it does with focusing more on the story of the character of the
Hmm.
boss. Outcast of the Sulphurous Seas, the Aquatic
Oh,
Scourges
also good.
theme.
That's good.
Yeah, it's a really nice remix of Guardian of the Former Seas. Uh, and like I'd argue to say that I like it a bit more, but I think that's just like the different genre it kind of takes, like a preference to that. They're both very good in their own right. Uh, Raw unfiltered calamity.
Oh, I so good. That one's
Yeah,
really good.
that one's awesome. It's especially one of the longer songs in the entire mod. And it's
Yeah.
it's just so good. It's so symphonic and it just fits so well. I love Raw Unfiltered Calamity. This one is not in game. Silence Before the Storms. So
It's the interlude, right?
yeah, so DM Dokuro made three like interlude songs that are meant to play between like symbolize different points in progression of the mod. So it has Silence Before the Storms, which is meant to play post Calamitous, and
Mm-hmm.
which and then Storms Before the Catastrophes, which is meant to play kind of like post Moonlord. And then the last one is uh, Catastrophes Before the Calamity, which is meant to be a pre-Escal theme.
I see.
Um, yeah, but the Silence Before the Storms is the more calm one. Makes sense. Silence Before the Storms. Um, it's more calm. It's kind of relaxing. I think it kind of fits the vibe of. It definitely fits. These are more like story, kind of like how Left Alone is, kind of more story, telling the story of Calamity, and it's nice. It's a very nice song. Um, After that is the Leviathan trilogy, technically three separate songs, being the Anahida's Lure, which is the song that plays when the question mark,
Yeah.
question mark, question mark is around, then Anahida's theme, then the Leviathan's theme.
I think
Um,
it's cool. I thought for a moment when I fought them that it was like, okay, so she has her own theme when you're fighting her, and then the Leviathan comes in, and then it has its own theme, and then they both come in at the same time, and that's when the theme goes complete. But I looked at the soundtrack. It's like, oh, okay, so it's just divided into two. Oh,
yeah,
well.
just a theme for her, and just a theme for him, and then just a theme for before pre-battle, I guess. And I
Leviathan
think
is a
it's,
woman.
hmm?
For your information, the Leviathan is a woman. Please get your facts right.
Oh, I didn't know that actually.
It is. I looked at the wiki and doesn't it say that on the Lord tablet?
Uh, in
I
the
think it
lore
says
item, I've only like half paid attention to the lore items, so Leviathan and Anahita. Um,
but evil live. And,
Uh,
Mementos. Yep, it says right
okay,
there.
yeah, it does say she for Leviathan, so I didn't
Yep.
actually know that. I was not aware. Uh, but you know what? Now I know. Um, so so the okay, so yeah, so my review of Leviathan Trilogy, nice song. It's again, it's one of those songs that doesn't like go as hard as the rest of the soundtrack, but it definitely fits the boss, and like you know the very like choiry like singing definitely fits Anahita a lot. Um, and that part's nice. A longer song, but does what it does well. After that is Cosmic Disgust. This is an unused track actually. This was supposed to play
One for this.
for Cosmic Disgust is was supposed to play for the Astral Slime, but that boss eventually got removed, so the track has gone with it.
Ah,
Um, Cosmic Disgust, it's neat, but I don't like it as much as the other Astral Infection boss themes. Uh, I think the other ones kind of do what it does a bit more interesting to me. Um, which the one after it, Interstellar Stomper, I fucking love Interstellar Stomper. That is Astrum Oris's theme.
I think we
Uh,
come to a halt here because I thought it was alright. I didn't think it was the best. I thought it
I
was
fucking
good.
love my favorite. I think that the slow part is nice. It's but then when it gets into the faster part, it really goes hard to me
Hmm.
because like God, that second part of the theme just like the first part kind of gives that sort of like almost like it gives that sort of like spacey like slower spacey vibe, but also like kind of it's sort of like it's sort of like stopping, you know, in a way. Like it kind of feels like they're stopping, and then the second part just it goes really fast and gets really cool. I love that theme a lot. It's one of my favorites in the mod. Um, then after that, there's Pest of the Cosmos, which is Astrum Deus's theme. Um, which
That one
is
was good.
yeah, that one I like. I don't like it as much as Interstellar Stomper, but it is pretty nice. Um, that it's a I generally like the Astral Infection boss themes, and they all have kind of similarities between all of them. Interstellar Stomper is my favorite of the version. Pest of the Cosmos is pretty good too. After that is Fly of Beelzebub, Plaguebringer Goliath theme. Absolute banger, I will say. It has
Wait,
Megalovania
wait,
in it.
wait, wait, go back.
Huh?
Hold on. I kind of zoned out for a minute. What'd you say?
The next track is Fly of Beelzebub, Plaguebringer Goliath theme.
Yeah, actually, that might be my favorite theme out of any of that I've listened to. I legitimately can't stop, and it's so good.
Yeah,
I
it's so
I
it.
love the track
God,
so
it's so
much.
good. You know, a fun fact about Fly of Beelzebub, just a random piece of trivia: the entire song is in 5/4 time signature.
And I don't know music. Was that like?
Basically, so like if most songs are in 4/4 generally, that just means that like you have like in terms of beats, you have like each section is 4 beats, so you have like 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, and so
Hmm.
with Fly of Beelzebub, it's 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5 for each one.
Ah, I see.
And you can kind of tell like if you listen to a song, you can kind of like bop your head to the beat and then count them like 1 2 3 4 5 and space them out like that.
I
Um,
see.
I do if I remember correctly, Antarctic Reinforcement has a ridiculous time signature. I'd have to actually look at what it is, but it is actually kind of crazy what the time
That's
signature on
very
that one
cool.
is. I remember seeing it in a comment section of. Let me see if I can find it.
Can I just say the reason I really love Fly of Beelzebub is because it has a very frantic and really fun beginning to the song. Then it even has it adds like samples. You have the somebody scream, and then the other one that says like I know it's not what it says, but I always interpret it as Xbox Live.
Xbox Live.
Yeah, and it
Just in the
also
middle of the
has
song, Xbox Live.
yeah, yeah, and then it also has like that more calm, slowed down part where it puts in the trademark Calamity bells in there, and then for some odd reason, I can't. I've been listening to it over and over and over, and I can't discern if the last, like the very last part of the song before it loops again, is either a reference to Boss One or just flat out the Megalovania motif, and I cannot tell which one it is.
I mean, yeah, I'm actually not entirely sure what it's 100% meant to be like, but
Ah,
it's
but the song is so good. Okay, go on. What would you say about Antarctic reinforcement?
yeah. So like I'm sorry. I went to a video of someone reacting uh to Antarctic reinforcement, and the top comment that got pinned is by Cryogen69, and the comment is just Antarctic fucking reinforcement.
That's funny.
Um, yeah, I'm trying to figure out where someone mentioned the time signature, because the time signature of Antarctic re oh my god, 13 beats per measure.
13. So
Yeah,
that's like
so for context, 4/4 is 4 beats per measure.
so. This would be like 13,
So
13.
I think so. Well, more. I don't think it's 1313, because the second number in a time signature is like uh it's hard to describe because I'm not a music person. So I wouldn't know how to give like a completely accurate uh insight on what it is. But it's kind of like, so you have 4 beats per measure in a 4/4, and the bottom number is like 4 measures per like section of the song, I so to speak. uh I don't know how else to really describe it. um
I see.
but yeah, so 13 beats per measure is crazy, but sometimes irregular beats can make for some cool stuff. But yeah, so next song in the OST after Fly of
Mm-hmm.
Beelzebub is Open Frenzy, which is Ravager's theme. Open
Oh,
Frenzy,
yeah. Can I just say I hate Ravager so much. I hate that boss with my entire being.
yeah, that's completely fair.
The only reason why is you know what's fun? It wouldn't even be that bad if I wasn't playing on expert revengeance, because the one thing I hate about it is that it sponsors giant brick walls at both sides of you, and they do so much damage, and they tear through your armor, and I hate it, and I hate that you have to get close to it because it does so much damage, and then there's that little nuclear moving enemy that you can't hit, and it just deals so much damage if you touch it.
Yeah, Ravager. Also, the fact that like I think that would be fine if not for the fact that its central mechanic is cutting your wing time and disabling mounts.
Oh, it cuts your wing time?
Yeah, it cuts your flight time in half. That's
I
one of
didn't
the
know that.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Ravager does. And it does that in its, I believe, its second phase. It cuts your wing times in half and disables mounts, so you can't use
That's
like flying
the
mounts.
that's when the head starts flying around, right? Like
Yes, I
when you
believe so. Yeah, I
kill
believe
the
so.
legs. Okay. Also, going back to what I said before the podcast, I really like how they just make different versions of bosses you've already fought from base Terraria, and they do their own hard mode spin on it. Like how this is supposed to be like a harder version of Golem.
Yeah, and the Plaguebringer Goliath with Queen Bee.
And
Slime God's
then
kind of like a harder version of King Slime
yeah, and
in a
then
way.
the Calamitous clone is supposed to be the Eye of Cthulhu.
Yeah,
It's kind of like it is kind of like the Eye of Cthulhu slash the twins because it spawns the other two
yeah,
like
it's brothers.
things on it. Yeah,
Um, yeah, I definitely it is definitely pretty cool, the neat little parallels that they do. Um,
the only thing that they're missing is um the Empress of Light, which makes sense. So
yeah. Let's see. Okay, after I didn't even say my thoughts on the song itself, Open Frenzy. Um, Open Frenzy is a song. It's all right. I think it's one of my least favorites. Not to say that it's bad, but it's just not a song that I particularly vibe with. Um,
I can
it
see
still
that.
has its good parts, but just not my thing in the soundtrack. Uh, but you know, respect where respect is due. The song is good, but not my
I'll be
thing.
completely honest.
Yeah.
When I bought it, I think was watching a video or something in the background, so I didn't completely hear the song. But from what I did take a peek at it after. I think I defeated Poltergeist because I wanted to listen to its theme, and because I defeated it, but there was a lot of noise going on as well, so I couldn't
Yeah.
really hear it well, and it was pretty late at night, so I had to lower my headphone volume, and I listened to it, and it's all right. I think the only problem with Calamity soundtrack is that a lot of them begin with like these really like metal riffs, and I think it's fine, but when you do it a bunch of times it kind of gets a little bit tiring.
I think there's enough variety in their intros that it's forgivable. I think, and some of them like Fly of Beelzebub kind of gets right into the action of the song.
Yeah, that's why I like that one because it doesn't really use that much of guitars. It kind of just has its own little weird um like instruments that it uses.
Yeah, it's very much like, I don't know if I'm using this genre in the right context, but it feels like kind of like breakcore ish.
I would say definitely Antarctic Antarctic reinforcement feels more breakcore-ish. I feel like
Mm,
this one's there's a term for it, but I forgot. It's hardcore. Hardcore. It
mm,
feels like a very hardcore song, which is like very
yeah,
sped up, like quick, like electro.
yeah, and
Was it eating?
a lot of Calamity songs, or certain Calamity songs, like to do like little slow sequences in the middle, like a sort of
Ah, I love
halftime
when I do
thing.
that.
Yeah, those are always nice. And Vibe Beelzebub has one too, which is also really nice. And then it kind of like and then it does that small section, and it like does like the little
And it goes back into the
drum
friendly.
riff, and then it speeds up immediately again.
Yeah, and I think what's it?
I know Raw
What's the name?
Unfiltered Calamity does
Yeah, it
that.
does it as well. Yeah,
It
that's
has
what I
like
was
this
gonna
nice
say.
soft little piano section in the middle, and then like this very hopeful thing before returning to the more orchestral thing that it does. Um,
Yep.
let's see. After Open Frenzy is another interlude, Storms Before the Catastrophe. That one's very like heroic sounding. Um, I want to describe it as. It starts off well, like the opening of the song is like really intense, and then it like wraps up the intense part and then goes into this kind of like heroic section of the song for the rest of it.
Mhm.
um it is pretty nice. I like the interlude, and I think the heroism of it kind of and it also kind of reflects the upcoming bosses post Moonlord, because you know it's this is meant to be listened to after you defeat Moonlord, and it's after Moonlord is the profaned bosses, the two of them. Um, but so then after that is Unholy Ambush, the theme of the uh
Perforators. I mean, the Guardians.
yeah, the Profane Guardians. I don't blame you. Profane and Perforator are kind of similar. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, Profane Guardians, like Unholy Ambush goes really hard. Like that song is very good. I really like how the melodic element to it of like for how intense the song is. Um, and kind of treating these as a duo because they kind of are. Unholy Insurgency is ridiculously
It's
good.
good. It's good. Yeah.
I love Unholy Insurgency because it feels so climactic, like really intense. It like and I really love the start of it where it kind of where it like almost feels like this foreboding intro where it's like something like something very big and holy is about to kick your ass kind of vibe. Like that
Yeah.
the intro to it gives me that, and then after like the sort of like slower intro with like this with like the build up to the main theme, that part's really good too. And just the main theme in general I fucking love. Unholy Ambush, very good. Unholy Insurgency, even better. Love both of them. um Feral Amalgamation, which is Poltergeist theme, uh which
The problem is, from here on out,
you don't
I
know.
really need to listen to them a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair
For
enough.
example, don't ask me on the old Dukes theme because you guys were talking over it, so I couldn't hear.
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. I'll just kind of give my general thoughts. So Feral Amalgamation Poltergeist theme, I really like it. It's it kind of has that it fits his like spookiness, like you know a ghost sort of thing, um and and like it has like this sort of like it almost has like in the middle of the song it kind of like has this almost genre change sort of thing that happens, which is really cool. And I like that sort of transition. And I think I feel like in a way it also kind of reflects how in the middle of the battle Poltergeist kind of splits into two and into Polterplasm and Necrogast, uh, which I think reflects that part of it very well. Also, side note, but I've done testing in Infernum. Infernum Poltergeist is kind of mean.
What do you
Um,
mean, kind of mean? Wait, what
yeah.
do you mean?
So what I mean by that is once you actually deplete all of Poltergeist's health before it actually dies, you have to survive a bullet hell section.
That's funny. That's almost like the Calamitous clone.
Yeah, kind of
It
in a way, where but it
'Cause it
has
has
like
like
the
a
bullet hell sections. And funnily enough, the Infernum version of Calamitous Clone actually gets rid of those bullet hell sections.
really?
Yeah,
Why?
there's
That's
no
really
like
cool.
intermittent bullet hell sections. Um, yeah, I don't know why. I guess it's just because like it's kind of uninteractive, and they probably wanted to make it
Well,
more like you
is
could
it? You want to make
more.
it more fast paced?
Yeah, I'd imagine. I'd imagine that was kind of the
Mm,
philosophy behind it, which I think is a fair enough philosophy, but also the bullet hell sections were just a cool part.
yeah. Oh, I can see it. That's fine. I guess it's
Yeah.
fine.
But yeah, so beyond this, this is stuff you're definitely not familiar with because the next one is the old Duke's theme, Toxic Wisdom. Um, Toxic Wisdom is it kind of in the same vein as Open Frenzy for me. It's good, but I think I like how it shares motifs with the Sulfuric Seas theme, like that I do like. But overall, the song is kind of overall I like it, but it's not like a favorite of mine. Um, like I'll listen to it, but I won't. But like I'm not like hardcore groove into it, you know. Um, And then after that, I will have to. Oh, you did, but you have listened to Servants of the Scourge because you said you fought.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you have to fight them before you fight the
yeah,
poltergeist.
yeah. But
Well, they're
you,
recommended.
yeah, you. So Servants of
Did
the Scourge, they all use the same theme, but with a different like middle section. Uh, they all have their
mm.
own unique like middle section. To rate them individually, I um the Stormweavers is kind of basic. It just kind of fits with the intro part of the theme. The intro part, by the way, is really cool, and I like how it sounds. So for all of them, that's pretty cool. Stormweaver's unique section is decent. It's all right. It just kind of fits in with the intro section and goes with it. Uh, my next favorite is Cygnus. Cygnus is pretty cool. Um, it has a neat kind of like um, way that it way that it like does way that it like the kind of like instruments it uses and what it does. I do like those. Um,
Can I just say before you go on, a fun fact about Cygnus? It's really funny. Um, in the lore, Cygnus apparently fights against the devourer of gods, and since that's like a usually most people don't escape, and he escapes and he lives. But the fight is so easy. It's not that difficult. So I just find that really funny.
yeah.
Also, some
Uh,
people pointed it out in a few comment sections.
yeah. Also, I like one side thing about the fucking Infernum mode. There's one thing that Infernum does that is really fucking cool. There's a lot of things that
What's it?
Infernum does that is really fucking cool, but this one I think is my favorite thing that it does. Um,
Does it give them like unique deaths?
no. So what it does is, in the environment, if you hang around the underworld or if you hang around the underworld for long enough, um, you'll notice like that Cygnus will actually like float by. You can't interact with him or hurt him, but he'll
Oh, in
float
like the
by.
background?
No, like normally like in the foreground where your character is.
Oh,
He's carrying his lantern and it'll make the area around him really dark and light up where he is. And it looks
does
really cool. He just
if
like
you hit him? What? Wait, if you hit him, he's gonna like enrage and then
no,
actually
no,
fight
he
you?
doesn't. He does. You can't hit him and then fight him. He's kind of like translucent, but he just like wanders
Mm,
across the underworld, and it's really cool.
that's cool.
And a really like neat way to tie them into the environment. Stormweaver has that also. If you wait around in the space layer for long enough, the Stormweaver will come down, ram and kill every enemy on screen, and then shoot back up into the sky.
That's awesome. What about Ceaseless Void?
Ceaseless Void. So it does something unique with Ceaseless Void. So you know that like library section of the dungeon that Calamity
Yeah, the
adds, or
library.
yeah, the like very bottom of the dungeon, that big old
Yeah.
room. So what Infernum does is whenever you go down there, it spawns Ceaseless Void in like chained up in the middle of the room.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and so the boss fight is focused on when you summon him, you have to be in that room, and he'll fight you from being chained up in the center. And once you deplete his health down, once you deplete his health down enough, he'll break off the chains and fight and fight around the room like that, which is
That's
really cool.
cool.
And also, one
That's
of the
really
other things that Infernum does with that fight is it zooms the camera out so you can see pretty much most of the room, and the camera is more focused on staying in the room than being on your character, and it makes the fight really
cool.
cool.
Oh, I can. So, but like, is the camera trained? Like, the camera doesn't move around your character, but it trains on like the middle of the room,
Yeah, the
like that.
camera is focused on the middle of the room, but it kind of like pans a bit towards your player position, so you're still on screen. You know?
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. But back to the that's just one thing I really like that Infernum does. Back to the OST. Yeah, Ceaseless Void's unique section of Servants of the Scourge is my favorite. It just like the transition into it. It really sounds like something that would fit Ceaseless Void, and it just really I don't even know how to describe it. Like it's just so cool. It's so unlike anything that either Storm Reaver or Cygnus get in their things, and it's so odd. It's so unnatural in the like it throws you off when you hear it in the thing, and I just like it so much. Um, but yeah, that's definitely my favorite of the Servants of the Scourge. Definitively, we are getting into the things that
Oh,
you haven't heard, which I will,
I haven't.
yeah,
Yeah.
which I will not
I,
spoil for.
I did. There are a few that you missed out. There's the Dragon Folly
Oh yeah,
theme.
I forgot. So the Dragon Folly is actually further down in the. So the area. By the way, the area themes are after most of the boss themes. By the way, so those I'll
Ah,
get to eventually. But
oh, okay.
I can
Okay,
skip
that's
to.
fine.
I can skip to.
Go. Let's just go as the list goes
Yeah.
then.
Okay. So the next one is the theme of. Do you mind hearing the names, or would you rather not? Of
I
the
know
songs.
that. What's it? I know that this Devourer of Gods has like two parts.
Yeah. So he has a
Harmony?
phase one theme and a phase two theme. Um.
Yeah,
Yeah. I just want. Do you mind hearing the names of the
that's
songs, or?
fine. You
Okay.
can say the name of the
Yeah,
song.
so there is Scourge of the Universe, which is obviously his phase one theme. Pretty cool. I like I Universal Collapse out of the whole thing is probably my second favorite section, aside from.
I did see the upload, and it had like 8.3 million views
Yeah.
compared to the other part. So I'm definitely thinking that that's people's favorite.
I think people's favorites is Universal Collapse, which is the phase two theme.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I actually prefer the phase one theme. Funnily enough, I still like the other one, but so let's see. There is so rating these kind of together: Scourge of the Universe and Universal Collapse. Scourge of the Universe, very good. I really like. There's like an 8-bit section at the start, which is kind of 8-bit section, not really. It just uses kind of chiptune instruments, which is a part that I really like of Scourge of the Universe. Overall, Scourge of the Universe and Universal Collapse. I like the rest of the parts of Scourge of the Universe and the entirety of Universal Collapse about the same. They're just generally very solid songs and really fit the battle and are really intense and really good. Um, and that's kind of my idea on it. So then there's the nonstop mix, which combines the Servants of the Scourge themes, an additional theme. So Servants of the Scourge Type D, I believe, which was originally the idea for the Devourer of Gods boss fight was you fought all the servants of the Scourge, and now you fight. And now, before you fight the Devourer of Gods, you fight them all again in a sort of mini boss rush, and that was the theme that played Type D. Um,
Ah.
and then after that, then the Devourer of God spawns in, and then his theme plays. So in the nonstop mix, it adds in that additional section of the Type D. Um, and then it goes into Scourge of the Universe. Then it has a middle section between that called Type W, which is, I think, meant to be like a sort of interlude sort of theme for the Devourer of Gods. And then it goes into Universal Collapse. It
Mm,
is a whopping 13 minutes.
that's long.
Yeah. Uh, the nonstop mix definitely is. It's actually, I think the nonstop mix is the longest song uh, out of the entire OST, which makes sense. um, and keep in mind that is not like any of the other songs where any of the parts loop, by the way. Because all the OST loops once, so it plays twice. so the time is about twice as long as the song actually is. So the nonstop mix is not that. It is 13 minutes of no repeats.
Wow.
But Devour God's nonstop mix, the way that I always listen to this theme, I don't listen to them individually because why would you? The nonstop mix exists. But very good. I like definitely. Of course, it's going to be an amazing song. There's so much effort put into it. Then after that, now so this one you've heard. You said Murder Swarm, the theme of the theme of the Dragon Folly. Fun fact: this used to be the theme for a boss called Bumble Burb before it was removed.
Yeah, I saw that.
And replaced with Dragon Folly because Bumble Burb was like this joke boss, and then they were like, actually, let's make it serious, and then made it Dragon Folly. But yeah, funny that I'd imagine that the theme for Bumble Burb Dragon Folly was made like after, because like in terms of progression, he's like directly after Moonlord, but in terms of the OST, he's after Devourer of Gods, which makes me imagine that this is a later edition.
Yeah.
The early days of Calamity when the Devourer of Gods was just a resprited destroyer. Yeah, and then after that is Infernal Catharsis Rebirth, which is the Phase 1 theme of Yeren.
Yeren?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Infernal Catharsis Rebirth. So the reason it's called a Rebirth is because there is an original Infernal Catharsis, which was the first song that DM Dokuro ever made for the mod, and then eventually later down the line when he got better with music, he remade it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so that's why Rebirth is appended on there. Definitely a very good song. I do like Infernal Catharsis. It does have pretty cool parts. It is blatantly overshadowed by his Phase 2 theme, Roar of the Jungle Dragon.
I haven't heard that.
If you're ever going to talk about like anyone who brings up Yaren's theme, they are talking about Roar of the Jungle Dragon because everyone thinks of Roar of the Jungle Dragon and no one thinks of Infernal Catharsis. And you'll understand why when you hear Roar of the Jungle Dragon.
Right.
But obviously it's an amazing song. I think it's one of his most viewed on YouTube. The only one I can think of that it surpasses it is Devourer of Gods. Let me go to his channel real quick. DM Dokuro. Hello, channel. Videos sort by popular. No, it's his single most popular. 17 million views.
17.
Yeah.
Oh my
Roar of the Jungle Dragon has 17 million views. It is his single most popular video. Right behind that is the Devour of Gods nonstop mix.
Sweet.
Funnily enough, his most popular theme that is not a major boss theme is Infestation.
Oh.
With 6.7 million views.
Really good.
Yeah. But yeah, so obviously Roar of the Jungle Dragon, it's an amazing song, okay? It's popular for a reason. So now we're getting onto the area themes. So the Step Below Hell, which is the Brimstone Crags theme. I really like how serene it is. It definitely gives the hell vibe, but sort of a hopeful hell, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's surprisingly serene for what you would expect the area to sound like. And I think it's a nice little bit of like auditory storytelling. And then after that there is Heaven's Hell Sent Gift. So this is unused for the record. Heaven's Hell Sent Gift was originally the theme of the Astral Meteor.
So I'm guessing that was the Astral Infection before.
Yeah, so Heaven's Hell Sent Gift was... Yeah, so I'm not 100% sure on the history of... So I think the easiest way is to go to unused. Yeah. So
Which playlist are you
Hmm.
looking at, by the way?
I'm looking at the so this is all the song. This is the songs on the Spotify release of "The Tale of a Cruel
Oh,
World," which
okay.
is the official release of the of DM Dokuro's contribution of the OST. Yeah. So there. Where? Yeah. Heaven's Hellset Gift. This track used to play while the player was in the astral infection. It's been remade into the Heaven Sent Abomination. So yeah, Hellsent Gift. The actual like the actual video for this, it says like on his channel, it says specifically theme of the theme of the astral meteor, which is so it's like the original theme for the astral infection. It's neat. I don't like. I actually do think it was a nice
I've heard of it. I heard it because I saw that it was used. Huh.
mhm.
I definitely think that the astral infection as it is has a better theme. I don't think it's bad, but I think it definitely he did definitely make a better one with the
Yeah.
astral infection theme.
Yeah, Heaven's Hell Sent Gift is an alright theme, but the Heaven Sent Abomination fits it a lot better. It
Yeah.
just it really and the the Heaven Sent Abomination is like like another one of those like a lot of these area themes are just generally calming, which is funny. It's less adventurous and more like relaxing, even if the astral infection is
Yeah.
anything but relaxing. But I still think it fits it much more. And then there's Treasures Within the Abomination, which is the underground astral infection theme. Still good. Don't like it as much as the Heaven Sent Abomination, but fits. It fits. That's about all I can say. Wasteland, the theme of the sulfuric sea. Um,
Wait. Oh, that's not gonna pop up here. Okay. Actually, no. Continue with Wasteland. I'll say it after.
oh, okay. Wasteland is I really like it. I like the
It is.
it really fits that kind of ocean and I love the ambiotic ocean sounds at the start of the music. I don't know why, but I'm a sucker for music that starts with like environmental noises and
Mm.
then transitions from that into like full on music. Like I don't know why. I just really like that. It was in so this wasn't something we did on the podcast, but remember that music rotation we did, the song "Hello, How Are You," where it starts with kind of like the nature sounds and then goes into the music. I really like that.
Was the thing I okay, I'm sorry. I forgot what song that was.
No, yeah, that was remember the round where all three of us sent songs that weren't in English.
Oh, okay. Okay, I know which one you're talking about now.
Yeah. Um.
Okay. And okay, before you move on to Sanctuary,
hmm.
I have to say that Wasteland is really good, but my favorite version of this is the other one that was made by I think was it CD Music?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
don't I
the
don't
night theme.
the night theme is so
That
oh my god, I
that
love the
one.
night theme.
Yeah, the night theme. Ah, God, that one's so good, and it works, and it's enhanced even more by the fact that the sulfuric sea looks so pretty at night.
It
Like
does, yeah, it's so much better like that.
the
I kind of a specific, the best moment I think I had in that was that it was night. I was in the sulfuric seas, and I think I killed a boss recently. So there were all the lanterns in the background, and it made
mm,
such a pretty view.
that sounds awesome. I like the sulfuric sea is such a vibe. Like you have the day theme, which is nice, and then the night theme is so good. God, the music, literal eargasm.
Yeah,
um, but yeah, all the this is obviously all these songs are only DM Dokuro's contributions, so all the other ones are not there yet. But yeah, Sanctuary, which is the Sunken Seas theme, uh, also also very relaxing as expected, um, and
yeah,
really nice. It's very calming.
it is very good.
Yeah, it's the kind of song that you would just like, sit you just kind of like lean back and just, take a chill for a bit. Feel like not like everything's going well. Um Sanctuary is really nice. Not much more to it than that, just being really nice, but I like it. Um then there's Pressure, if I pronounce that right, which is
It's so good.
yeah, layer
I
2.
think
That is layer 2 of the Abyss.
layer
Layers
no, it's
layers
layer 1 and 2.
No,
Oh wait, no, that's layer 2.
layers 1 and 3 were composed by Heart Plus Up. Layers 2 and 4, which the 4 is the Abyss, were composed by DM
Yeah.
Dokuro. So
Oh, okay, yeah. So layer 2. It's really good. It's a really good
yeah,
theme.
I love the little like kind of goofy part of the start where it's like the da, 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 da,
Du-
da.
du- 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 du.
Yeah,
And then it goes full on and it goes with the harp then.
yeah. That one is really nice. Like again, surprisingly relaxing for for
Yeah.
for being like descending into danger.
Yeah, it really does feel no, yeah, like you actually got it. It really does feel like you're just like a dissension, like a theme of dissension into I don't know, madness or whatever or
Hmm.
bad things.
Yeah, and then the theme after that, just called Void.
It's
The Abyss
so
theme.
good. I
Yeah,
like how it reprises the theme of like the first level, and then it adds like this holy chorus in the background, and it's so fun and it's so ambiotic.
yeah,
Is that the right word?
yeah. I think that fits. It's like that song is so like it really fits that kind of like deep bottom of the sea. Also, side note, um, since we're talking about the abyss, um, I learned about a certain creature and realized like a bit later on that they put it into Calamity as an enemy. So in the abyss, there is an enemy called the Bobbit Worm.
Oh, that thing, yeah.
That is a real animal, a real and it is fucking terrifying because the
Let
what
me
the
search it
bobbit
up.
worm does in real life is it's a really long worm that burrows itself entirely under the sand, and if a fish swims, it sticks its head out, its jaws just up above the surface,
Oh, I know
and
this one. Yeah, I've
yeah,
seen this. Yeah, I've seen this one.
and if the fish swims above it, it shoots up, nabs it, and tugs it and pulls it under, and it's so gross and so weird. But I the bobbit worm is just so cool to me for some reason. Maybe it's a morbid sense of enthrallment. I
That's
don't know.
cool.
It is pretty cool.
It does look like I don't know what. Look at this. Look at this picture. This picture it reminds me both of one of the many worm enemies that this mod has, but it also reminds me of the Leviathan from Subnautica. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
It is yeah. It is definitely really cool. I love and I don't know. It's just again morbid sense of interest. It's so weird and gross and creepy, but so cool. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to bring it up because I thought about it. So this one, you've probably heard a single second of it, which is "Threats of the Ocean Floor," uh, theme of the
Mm,
primordial worm.
oh, the primordial worm. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I haven't. Yeah, I think I listened to the weird like
River replied, "What the fuck is that?" Uh, to your image of the bobbit worm. Um, but yeah, it's Fats of the Ocean Floor is kind of a. Just replied me. Looks like some sort of insect. Incorrect. Uh, but yeah, so Threats of the Ocean Floor is kind of a remix of Void, I think. Um, yeah, so it's a and it's originally it was meant to play for mini bosses for like for like yeah like any sort of abyss mini boss. But then it was reworked. So then after it was done that, it was scrapped, but then it was brought back in as the theme for the primordial worm. You can even see like its history in the thumbnail for the upload on YouTube. It uses um the Reaver Shark, I think it's called. One of the mini bosses of the abyss. Um, but yeah, and then after that is Catastrophes Before the Calamity, the final interlude. Uh, and this one's really meant to be, really supposed to be foreboding. Because this is this is like endgame interlude.
This is after what?
This is after Yaren. So it's best described as a pre Escal theme.
So, like before the Exomex.
Yeah, before the this was created before the Exomex were a thing.
Oh, okay.
So it was originally envisioned as a a pre Escal thing. But I guess you could say in a way it's post Exomex pre Escal. On like I know technically you can fight Escal before Exomex, but why would you do that? Not only does Exomex give you a bunch of stuff to help you deal with Escal, but also it's just better to do that.
uh, veering off a little, just a small thing. One of the XMX drops something called the Dradon's Heart, and its little tag says "nanomachine, son." That's funny. Okay, continue.
Yeah, I actually so that just like they do. I mean, they have a lot of Metal Gear Rising references in this. The Revengeance mode is obvious. Metal Gear Rising Revengeance mode.
Oh, wow. I just noticed that.
Yeah, they also have the best armor set in the game, in Calamity. It has a feature where you can press a button to taunt, which makes both you and every enemy on screen take more damage. Which is a feature in the Jetstream Sam side thing of Revengeance, where he has an ability where if you press a button, he'll taunt, and it does that same effect. He deals more damage, but takes more damage. But yeah. But then, after Catastrophe for the Calamity, is my single favorite song of the entire mod, and the single favorite song, one of my favorite songs of all time, which is Stained Brutal Calamity, the theme of Supreme Calamitous. Holy shit, I fucking love the song to death. It is 12 minutes long. It has so much cool stuff. It's very symphonic, like how Stained or Raw Unfiltered Calamity is, but like cranks it up to 11, and it's so fucking good. I cannot wait until you. So also for context, in game, during the fight, it's actually 4 different tracks that are stitched together into one. In game, there's a theme for the phase 1, theme for phase 2, theme for phase 3, and then like a final theme for like when you actually defeat her. It plays like a little theme.
It says here that it's the name of the song, "Stained Brutal Calamity." There's grief, lament, epiphany, and then acceptance.
Yes. Those are the 4 sections. And so that is the song altogether is so fucking good. I literally cannot I want to spoil you on the song, but I shouldn't, because you really need to listen to it. It's so good.
I'll leave the call right now if you do that. I'll instantly reflex just hit disconnect.
Yeah, fair enough. Hey, but I'm not gonna spoil it. It's worth the first experience. And like after you do the boss, you have to listen to like the full thing together. Um, but so and then there's one more track on the OST, which is uh, it's a
The boss rush, right?
no. The boss rush was not composed by DM Dokuro.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so the last one on it is a song called "Blessing of the Moon," which was apparently it was a concept track for the planetoids. You know, the big balls
You're
of
gonna
Earth in the sky.
blessing. You were gonna fight the planetoids. Why?
No, like an area theme.
Oh, oh, okay.
Like just when you were nearby the planetoids. But
That'd be cool.
the wiki says the song is not intended to be implemented and only exists as part of the soundtrack.
Oh well.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's see. I'm also looking through the music, but that's like the whole album. I'm also looking through the music on like they have some removed. Oh, excuse me. Music. It's yeah. So the boss rush themes were composed by CD Music. Um, and so that's the thing. Uh, some of the other ones. So there's Tyrant Part One, which I think is supposed to be a song for Yerim, because I'm pretty sure he's a planned boss, but not a but that track is scrapped. Then there's removed tracks, which are a bunch of like old ones, like that they put in for um that they put into the game. So there is there's actually a Boss One and Boss Two remix, which were used as placeholders. Uh,
Oh wait, did he make a Boss 2 remix?
the Boss Two remix is by Silent Zora.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They also have a lot of placeholder music from other series, like Adventures End from Dream Team, uh, the Kirim's theme from Super Mystery Dungeon, uh, the let's see, there's a few original ones here. There's a interesting one, Ruin, a remix of In the Hall of the Mountain King from The End Is Nigh. Uh, yeah, there's some neat stuff. But
Can't wait to see what kind of tracks there will be when they, because I saw a video of like everything that Calamity's planned, what they're planned to do so far, and I read that apparently they're planning on putting what's the name of the deity from Wrath of the Gods, the one that I showed you the other day.
um, oh the
Yeah, he has a name. I forgot the name though. Um, the guy that had literally the Calamity symbol. What's the,
um
um
Yerim,
no,
not Yerim.
well, he is also planned to be a boss, but
Yeah, I think he's
um
supposed to be the final boss.
Zarok, that's the name.
Ah,
Apparently in the lore, I forgot what lore tablet it was. This dude's supposed to be like the first god, so we're gonna fight him apparently. But from what I remember seeing, it says that he's supposed to be kind of like a boss after Yerem, which I'm not sure if that's true because Yerem's supposed to be the last one. But well, I don't know. I'm wondering what themes will come out of that one. And with that,
yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, we're finishing it here. No, but
yeah.
seriously, I need to go.
We've been recording for 3 hours 34 minutes.
Yeah, I need to go eat. I'm hungry.
All right, fair enough. Do you think will you be on after you eat? Because I'll be on probably.
Mm, see, I want to, but I have a prod. Whatever. Yeah, sure, I'll be here. I just won't speak.
You know what? That's fair. Uh,
All right. Well, then I'll go eat and then I'll come
yeah.
back.
Well, let's end the podcast first because we're still recording.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry.
But yes, thank you, people, for watching. This went a little longer than we normally go for a little longer. Normally
Yep.
normally we go overtime, and this time we went over overtime.
Over
Uh,
overtime.
yeah. But if you watch this far, neat. I'm glad you enjoyed a lack of two people and just
Yep.
me and Jem's rambling about Terraria Calamity because we're obsessed.
Yep. Go play it if you haven't. I don't know
Yeah,
why
play
you
it.
would sit through like an hour of people talking about
Terraria is
something you haven't played.
$10 and Team Loader is free. In case you don't own it, which would be surprising, but you should play it. Terraria is a good game, and Calamity is also really good.
Yep.
And if you want friends, you can buy 4 copies of Terraria for $30. It's at a discount.
All right.
Yeah.
That's.
Uh,
All right. Well.
yeah. Thanks for watching. Say bye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Uh, bye.